For the first time in 4 years, the Wolverines are at Harmon Field in Fayetteville for the lid lifter on 7A West football. Welcome to the Wolverine Sports Network, presented by Bob Morey Auto Body and by Foster Roofing. West coming in at 2-1. Fayetteville coming in at 2-1 as well as we start 7A West play. I'm Derek Ruskin along with John Mackey. We're so delighted to have you with us. And, Coach, it's always exciting to start conference play. This is, for a lot of different people, this is the game of the week tonight across 7A football.
Yeah, and what's pretty cool about it is, we actually have something to compare a little bit because we both have a common opponent, and that doesn't usually happen this early in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. We're here at Harmon Field. You can see on your screen the construction going on in the south end zone here. They're actually going to move a couple of their home games to Razorback Stadium later in the year because of the construction, but the Wolverine game, not one of them, but we are happy to not be in the treehouse, which has been demolished on the far side, the old press box, and we're here on the home side, and we're looking for a good ball game tonight.
If you look at the 50-yard line and look at that light pole, we used to be right under that light pole, and our Coach's Corner show, unfortunately, it did not make the trip to Fayetteville.
We lost the tape.
So we'll put it in tonight or in the morning. Watch it. It's a good show. We got some good clips in there. And I had some clips from 4 years ago in the rain from the treehouse. So it would have been good lead-in for us tonight. But I apologize for those technical difficulties. And like I said, go to the WASP YouTube channel and check it out.
It was a great Coach's Corner. Hopefully you'll all get to see it at some point. All right, pregame festivities are underway here in Fayetteville. They're celebrating their seniors tonight. They've already been honored on the field. And
they're doing that because they're probably doing it at their home field before they move to Razorback Stadium, I'm assuming, right?
You may be right about that, absolutely. Yep. So the countdown to kickoff is on here at Harmon Field. They've been playing football here since 1926. And we're about to see the Wolverines take on the Fayetteville Bulldogs here in just a little while. Stand by. We'll have more of our pregame coverage coming up live from Fayetteville in a moment. This is the Wolverine Sports Network presented by Bob Morey Auto Body and by Foster Roofing.
Absolute Janitorial Service is a family-owned and operated commercial cleaning company serving all of Northwest Arkansas. We have a long track record for exceptional service and clear communication. We clean multiple facility types, including office buildings, medical facilities, manufacturing plants, churches, schools, and much more. Give Absolute Janitorial Service a call today for a free quote and see what an absolute difference our services can make for your business.
Since 1996, Bob Morey's Auto Body has worked hard at providing you the best all-around automotive collision repair. It is a pleasure getting to serve you Northwest Arkansas. With 14 service bays, we can handle large and small repairs along with auto glass replacement.
Why do people do business with First Western? Because First Western builds relationships with their customers. They work to help you with your financial goals over all seasons of life. They are prompt and responsive. Plus, they offer banking, mortgage, insurance, and investment services. For a high level of service and financial partner who will listen and respond, try First Western. Online at firstwestern.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance investment products are not FDIC insured.
Welcome back here as you look at the Wolverine marching band, or the Midnight Regimen. They have made the trip down to Fayetteville tonight for this ball game between the Wolverines and the Fayetteville Bulldogs. And one of the things, quite frankly, we're not quite sure about until we get to game time. Wolverines have been banged up through the non-conference schedule, Coach Mackey, and we're hoping to see some guys like Will Banks and Buxton, some of those guys come back.
And we've talked about Will Banks a lot that first game and a few times since when he wasn't playing. So he's been practicing, and he said he's ready to go. I saw him 3 times in the hallway this week. I said, "You good? You good?" He goes, "I'm ready, Coach." And Josh Buxton, I heard, is back. So that's going to immediately be a big difference in our secondary because those two absolutely were laying some wood on some receivers.
It's a Wolverine defense that sometimes gets overlooked, but, man, Nick Bell, Will Banks, Braden Jones, Tate West, there are some big-time playmakers that they have out there on defense.
So I'll tell you, probably my favorite thing about coming here tonight is we don't have to worry about Centennia.
Yeah, yes. He's probably in Dallas right now, actually.
And, talk about him, I'm hoping to see what he can do. I don't know if he's been injured. Have you heard anything on that? he's just not ready to play maybe as a freshman. So
not entirely sure about that, but yeah, his day will come. There's
no
doubt about that.
What a career he had, though. Yeah.
What a talent.
So Coach Dick, you talked about. Well, you didn't talk about you kind of implied Coach Dick's name in your coach's corner discussion with Coach Pratt. And they tend to stay away from each other this week. But other than that, they communicate all the time. Coach Dick was, I believe, with us for 3 years. Is that right, at West?
Yeah.
As an assistant, and been here at Fayetteville now this is year number 3 or
I think it's his third year. He went to Van Buren to be the head coach and then got this Fayetteville job and has done a remarkable job. Won their first outright league title last year since the 60s. And they are good once again. Some people thought, well, okay, Fayetteville's going to drop down a little bit. I don't think so. I think this Fayetteville team is really good. I think the Wolverines are good, and this is going to be a quality ball game here tonight in Fayetteville.
I think probably the biggest difference maker tonight, I think, is the availability and the performance of Carson Morgan, because he makes this go in the running game. And when our running game goes, our passing game goes, and our running game has kind of been inconsistent a little bit due to him being out. Not that, Jay Herndon's come in, number 27, number 20, Jonathan Johnson. Both those dudes have come in and had some decent, carries. But just for out a full ball game, I feel like Carson Morgan's going to be a big difference for us.
All right, continuing to count down to kickoff here in Fayetteville at Harmon Field. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with the coin toss. We'll see the Wolverines run on the field and the kickoff. West and Fayetteville, a big one tonight in the 7A West to start conference play. And we'll be right back.
Even know I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul, 'cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold.
In this part of the country, it's a way of life. You're going about your day without a cloud in the sky. Then suddenly, you find yourself wondering how solid your home really is. With nearly 25 years of certified experience, let our team give you the same assurance on a stormy night that you feel on a clear afternoon. Before the downpour, before the leaks, call Foster Roofing, serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley since 1994.
Foster Roofing has been helping Arkansas homeowners weather every storm for over 25 years. If your roof was damaged by the recent storm, be aware that out-of-state roofing companies may try to pose as local businesses. Choose an Arkansas state-licensed local company for your roof repair. Choose Foster Roofing.
At McClarty Daniel Buick GMC, we work on all makes and models. We are constantly checking the market and making sure that our prices are competitive. We have factory-trained technicians, OEM parts for your vehicle. We have the equipment and tools specifically designed to work on your vehicle. Typically our schedule is same day or next day in some cases. Those professionals get work done timely and get you back on the road. You can schedule your service today at BentonvilleBuickGMC.com.
Teachers and all service providers, if you are buying or selling real estate, IMA NWA Hero is for you. Together with Don Richardson with Fathom Realty and Lisa Sumi with Nexa Mortgage and Title Tech Bentonville, you will receive first-hand rebates that will save you thousands, whether buying or selling real estate, using the Homes for Heroes. Go to IMANWAHero.com. No gimmicks, no fees, no red tape, only savings. Thank you for doing what you do so we can do what we do.
We are back here in Fayetteville. The Wolverines and the Bulldogs set to lock it up to start 7A West play here in just a few minutes. Wolverine football is presented by Bob Morey Auto Body and by Foster Roofing. So, everybody's getting league play going tonight. You've got Heritage in Springdale taking on the Bulldogs. And also tonight you've got Southside at Rogers. And Harbor is at Bentonville looking for its first win of the year against, not much news there, a good, very good Bentonville team.
Harbor is probably 1-0. That's going to be tough. Coming in 0-3 to Tiger Stadium.
So, as you look at this matchup with Fayetteville and with West, probably goes without saying, but we'll say it anyway. Wolverines got to protect the football. Had some issues against Cabot. Had, some issues early on against Little Rock Central with ball security. Against a team like this, it's like Cabot. I mean, they will make you pay. So Wolverines have got to do their best to hang on to the football tonight. And on the other side, defense, opportunistic, try and steal the ball away and maybe get some turnovers that the Wolverines can turn into points.
Well, and Derek, I feel like, most of my time my predictions are really, really bad, So I don't even know why I tried. But I'm going to try again because I'm a fighter. Hey, you mess up, that's all right. Fight it, keep fighting. But I think it's going to be a shootout tonight. So here's our captains tonight.
Thomas Wilbanks in uniform, making the trip to midfield on the Purple Dog logo to meet with the Fayetteville captains. And more good news, Carson Morgan in uniform for the Wolverines. First time that's happened in the last few weeks. He's been battling an injury, and it'll be good to have Carson Morgan back. As you mentioned off the top here, the running game has not been quite as sharp as we've seen in the past without number 1 in uniform, and it's good to see him out there. Hopefully he can give them a lot tonight.
So West is going to receive. I didn't see who won the toss, if we won the toss and received, or Fayetteville deferred, but we're going to take the ball, which Coach Pratt likes to do, and we like to get our offense going early. So
82 degrees as we get ready to go here in Fayetteville. A little bit of a steamy late September evening here in Fayetteville, but ready for football nonetheless as West gets ready to beat Fayetteville. Now, these teams, West won in 18, they won in 19. There was no game in 2020 due to COVID. And in 2021, a year ago, the Bulldogs were able to get a victory in Centerton over Bentonville West. So West trying to get a win on Fayetteville's home field, where they have done that. They did that in 2018. You mentioned that rain game, a long pick 6 by Hunter Swoboda in that game. And West ended up getting victory in the rain that night. The Wolverines making their way onto the far sideline, dressed in whites.
And we're getting a friendly welcome from the fans here at Harmon Field.
So good to be with you on a Friday night with some 7A West football.
So I see sophomore backup corner, Q Thompson. He's out for the season with an injury.
Yeah.
On crutches, and that's about the only one that I think is in our 2 deep that I see not dressed out. So that's a good thing. I see Josh Buxton, number 9. He's hopping around out there, leading the Wolverines out, and he is ready to go. He hadn't played in a while. That senior's going to hit somebody tonight, I promise you.
Well, I mean, the guys that haven't played in a while, Carson Morgan too, I mean, they've got to be just chomping at the bit, ready to go. Fayetteville makes their way on the field. Should be a fun one. Want to thank Legacy Bank, I'm a NWA Hero, and Northwest Health System for helping bring Wolverine football to you tonight. So West is going to get the ball first. Good amount of folks have made the trip from Centerton here to Fayetteville on the opposite side. Even some I saw filing in here on the home bleachers as I was making my way up here to the booth. So there'll be some fans rooting on The Wolverines clad in white. So Ty Durham, Carson Morgan, and Nick Bell are back deep for West. Fayetteville will kick it away with Nathan Catchell, a sophomore. And we are set for football at Harmon Field. Off we go. A spinning kick that will go into the end zone for a touchback. And West will start on the 20-yard line. West will bring on starting quarterback Jake Casey. Leading this offense onto the field, Carson Morgan. He'll be happy to have him back in the backfield with him. One note on the right side, Will Harridge moves to the right tackle spot tonight. Garrett Smith at right guard. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. The snap to Casey. The handoff to Carson Morgan. Straight up the middle. Welcome back, Carson Morgan. 14 and a first down. Hello.
That's a great start.
14-yard burst for Carson on his first carry since week 0, game 1. And West is huddling here, which is noteworthy.
Okay.
Ball on the 34-yard line. Morgan still in there. 4 receivers. And from the gun, they hand it to Morgan again, trying to find another crease. He's got about 3. Ridden down from behind by Brooks Urachek, a linebacker. A 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 here for West. Again, slowing the tempo here on this opening drive. Jake Casey went to the sideline to Brian Pratt to get the call to bring it into the huddle.
I wonder if they're worried about Fayetteville stealing signals maybe or something.
2nd and 7. And Casey's first pass of the night, complete far side. Ty Durham across the 40, shoved out of bounds by C.J. Williams. They will mark him out at the 42. He gains 5, and it brings up a 3rd down and short here. Third and 3. Actually, 3rd and 2, I beg your pardon. 3rd and 2. They need the 44 for the first down. And again, Coach Pratt, the old-fashioned way, having the quarterback run the play in. See what they have on 3rd down and 2. It's a run with Morgan. And Morgan should have enough for the first down. He's tackled on the play by Landon Andrews. And he does have enough, a 3-yard gain and a first down for West. From the 45. This is very interesting. You may be onto something about signals.
Uh-huh. Well, after this play, I'll tell you why I maybe thought that.
Bell and Durham, far side. And Casey throws it. Pass complete to Bell, far side to the 50. Gets a little extra yardage on the sideline before he steps out at the Fayetteville 47. So that's an 8-yard gain for Nick Bell.
So Derek, I say that. Well, no, they're going no huddle now. I'll wait till the next huddle. Oh, no, they're huddling. Okay. So our 2 junior highs played at last night, our junior high feeders. My son's on one Grimsley team, and Lincoln's the other one. Well, some of our West players were on this Lincoln sideline calling our Grimsley signals because they all use all the same signals. And so the Lincoln defense knew what was coming at them all the time. So we don't want that to happen tonight for sure.
2nd down and 2. Orbit motion by Bell. Casey looking to throw. And he dumps it off underneath the Durham. Durham bounces off the first man, and he'll still lose some yardage. The first guy through was Bo Nolan, and Durham will be marked back at his own 49. So that is a loss of 4.
So I'm trying to figure out what Carson Morgan was doing. I don't know if he had a busted route or I don't know, but Carson was in the way of Ty Durham, and that's not a guy to be in the way of because he moves too fast to try to dodge him.
Yeah, some miscommunication there on the route tree. But it brings up a 3rd down and 6 here for the Wolverines.
Still manageable.
Already converted a 3rd down a moment ago. Brust and Edmondson here on the near side. Bell, Durham, far side. And a play fake by Casey. Throws down the middle. Pass complete inside the 40-yard line. Nick Bell wrestled down by Deuce Cooper. He takes it to the 36. That's a 15-yard gain and a 1st down.
Well, and Jeffcoat made sure that they got off of Nick because the Fayetteville tackler was kind of keeping him down a little bit, and Mr. Jeffcoat said, no, you're going to let my guy up after that big play.
When Mr. Jeffcoat makes a request, you're probably going to take it.
And I'm sure he said pretty please.
That's right.
I'm sure he did.
He is a large individual. All right, 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 36. Here's the give to Morgan. Cutting right, got some room down towards the 30 and shoved out of bounds. Right around the 30-yard line. Shelby knocks him out. It's a pickup of, it looks like 6 to the 30. 8th play of the drive right there as the Wolverines have it to start this game. Yep, right on the 30-yard line. So a 2nd down and 4 here for West. And Jake Casey's getting a workout now running this play in.
He's ran more in this drive than he has all year,
That's right.
I think.
It's a long way to that sideline from the near hash. I mean, it's 30 yards almost. 3 receivers to the far side. Casey looks it over. Gets away from the rush. Fires to the sideline. Completes it. Jackson Brust with the catch. And he's brought down right around the 22-yard line for a 1st down. Tackle made by Connor Shelby. 1st down. That's a pickup of 9. Good drive here going for the Wolverines. Just outside the red zone. Casey gives it to Morgan straight ahead. And Morgan taken down by Ethan Simowitz. Inside the 20. Looks like he got about 2. Down to the 19. Second and 8 here for West. Casey hesitates under pressure. Stays on his feet. He'll run it, and he'll be forced out of bounds by Bo Nolan. He's going to lose yardage. And he is forced out when they spot the football here, we'll tell you.
About the 23?
Yep, loss of 4. So this is the first 3rd and long tonight the Wolverines have faced. 3rd and 12. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this drive. Edmondson, Durham, Bell, far side, Brust near side. Casey, here comes the rush. He's in trouble, and down he goes. Brought down at the 33-yard line by Noah Jansky. A sack on 3rd and long, and the Wolverines,
and Derek,
they lose 9.
Definitely a coverage sack because everybody was covered. I was watching all 3 receivers. They were all inside the 5-yard line in the goal line area, and there was nobody open, nobody to throw to.
So it's 4th and 21. They've got the field goal unit out there. They've got Ethan Grigg on. His long is 30. And this is a 49-yard try. Close to a school record. Snap and placement. Kick in the air, and that's not going to get there. And it went to the left. So Grigg misses from 49. They'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line, and Fayetteville will take over. Good opening drive by the Wolverines. Derailed on that 2nd and 3rd down, and with the sack on 3rd down, and then the long field goal.
Yep. The big sack on third down.
So Fayetteville's offense, led by Drake Lindsay, comes on the field for the first time. First and 10, Bulldogs. Hand off to Setzer. And Setzer is tripped up. Not much there. In fact, no gain. Well done by the Wolverine defense. Grant Overman was in on the play. Second and 10, Bulldogs. Again, they've got Setzer in the running back spot. 4 receivers stacked up in the pattern. Lindsay throws far side, pass complete. There's a missed tackle and a first down. Buxton makes the tackle at the 38-yard line. Jason Delamar with the reception, and Fayetteville has a first down, a pickup of 18. Setzer still in at running back, first and 10. Setzer trying the left side. There's a tackle on the block, uncalled. And Setzer will be taken down at the 42-yard line. It was Wilbanks, I think, on the play. Grigg was there too, 4-yard gain. The wing back that time, Krasnowski, just tackled the Wolverine defender, and it was uncalled. Second down at 6. Empty set. Lindsay loads up, throws over the middle, incomplete. Dangerous pass. There were Wolverines in the neighborhood. That one was intended for Ashton Ketchum. Fayetteville will face its first third down of the night. Third down and 6. Trips far side. And they maybe got him offside. The question is, did Fayetteville flinch first? The flags are down. Play's been blown dead. It's offside against West. So that'll make it 3rd and 1. Third and 1 here for the Bulldogs at their own 47. The snap, kind of an awkward snap back to Lindsay. They hand it to Setzer into the boundary, and it is close. Bell and Tate West force him out. I don't know. It looks like no gain. 4th and 1, no gain.
Get it.
Great job there by the Wolverines, and Fayetteville will go for it, it looks like.
On the wrong side of the 50. Big call here by the Purple Dogs.
Big moment here with 5:40 to go and 5:41 to go first quarter. 4th and 1. The handoff. And no! Tate West goes in there and blows it up. Collier DeClerc was there as well, and the Wolverines have stopped him on a 4th and 1. The Wolverines stop him on 4th and 1. No gain on 3rd and 1 and on 4th and 1, Coach.
What a great defensive effort by the Wolverines, and the best part about it is now we get the short field, so we almost get it right back where we ended with it after the sack. We were on, I guess, the 37-yard line, so now.
Now, there was a play caller in this town about 6 days ago. You know what he would do right here?
He's going deep.
He's going deep.
And I think Coach Pratt's going to be right there with him.
They've got 4 receivers on the far side, an empty set. Casey swings it out, long pass for Durham on the sideline, and it's ruled incomplete.
Probably a good thing because there was nothing doing on that play.
So 2nd and 10. Casey again comes over to Coach Pratt, who's out to the numbers to get the call in. Wolverine football brought to you in part by McClarty Daniel, by Roush Coleman Homes, and by the Bentonville Athletic Booster Club. So here's 2nd and 10. Morgan in at tailback. And a handoff. Carson Morgan finds some room on the left side. Down to the 40. He's 3 yards short of the first down. Bo Nolan makes the tackle. 7-yard run once again for Carson Morgan.
We need that dude to keep going.
Well, and you know, an unintended consequence of his absence is he's really fresh.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Third down here for the Wolverines. Quick count and an end around to Durham. And Durham has enough for the first down. He was tripped up on the play by Connor Shelby, but he's got enough. Down to the Fayetteville 34, a pickup of 6.
Good to get those sticks moving after that big turnover on downs. Keep that Fayetteville defense on the field. Try to get some points on the board here.
First and 10 West at the 34. Bell and Durham far side. Edmondson and Bruss near side. Casey hands it Morgan, and he's hit right away. Ethan Simowitz, a linebacker, made the tackle. No gain on the play. Second and 10. Ball on the 34 of Fayetteville. Casey throws it near side, complete to Bruss. Gets a block from Edmondson, stretches down across the 30. There's a flag down here on the near sideline, maybe a hold. And that is not what you want to see if you're the Wolverines.
First penalty of the game for either team.
So they get Cole on the hold. Spot of the foul. And so they'll put it at the 44. So it's a 10-yard penalty, more or less. And it is second and 20.
Second down and 20.
Second and 20. Casey. Protected. He'll pull it and run, put some moves on, and Casey takes it down to the 36. Shelby finally brings him down. He got 8.
Jake's getting ready for that homecoming dance this Friday night. That's the best moves I've seen out of him since ever, probably. Made 2 dudes miss. It was a whoop whoop. Play the circus song.
Third and 12 here for the Wolverines. They're 3 out of 4 on third down in the quarter. We've got 3:15 to go here in the first quarter of play. Neither team has hit the board yet. West missed a field goal. Fayetteville turned it over on downs. And Casey hands it to Morgan. Finds some room, and Morgan takes it inside the 30. And he's down to about the 28-yard line. Got a great block that time from Garrett Smith to help spring him. They'll mark him at the 28. It's a pickup of 8. So it's fourth down.
Well, I was going to say it's 2 down territory, so that's a big pickup because you can run or throw here on fourth down and 4. Braden Jones coming in the backfield, giving Morgan a rest, number 3.
Fourth and 4, they come to the line quickly. Trying to draw him off. And now West is going to call a timeout. Time is called with 2:21 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
We're gonna switch something on our broadcast, so if you lose us, refresh, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Okay, I have my checking account number, my passcode numbers, my social security.
Let's just start with your name. Jim, right?
Feeling like you're just a number? Come to Legacy.
We take the time to get to know you and your financial goals, and we'll never treat you like a number.
But if you were a number, you'd be number one.
Who are you talking to?
Legacy National Bank. Your legacy starts here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Okay. All right, we're back.
I have my
And
checking
it's
account
4th and
number,
4
my passcode numbers, my
for the Wolverines on the Fayetteville 28. Jones, nope, flags. Well, if it's on Fayetteville, it's a first down. If it's on West, it'll be 4th and 9, and that may change the decision. It's against West.
Second penalty of the night. Bad time to decide to start that game.
All right, it is 4th and 9 at the 33. Casey brings it to the huddle. The play clock is at 12. They come to the line here on 4th and 9. Casey looking to throw. He is hit and goes down. Simowitz on 4th down makes the play. And on a night where we have two dynamic offenses and two offensive-minded coaches, the defenses are calling all the shots here in the first quarter, Coach.
Isn't that what I said? I mean, that's exactly what I predicted, I thought. Oh, wait, no. It's totally opposite.
You missed another one.
Yeah.
All right, 2:17 to go here in the first quarter. It's Fayetteville ball. They're ready. They're out there at the 43-yard line. Someone will score eventually, we promise. High snap pulled down, and this is Harjo, and Harjo's going nowhere. The Wolverines snow him under, and literally when they're wearing all white like this, Nick Bell and Josh Buxton in there. Defensively, it's a loss of 2. Second and 12, Bulldogs. Lindsey, 4-man rush. He runs, slides, goes down at the 45. He gains 4. And it will bring up a 3rd down here for the Bulldogs. Third and 8, Fayetteville. Lindsey, here comes Vincent, and down he goes! Excuse me, Honeycutt, Aiden Honeycutt with the sack. Aiden Honeycutt with a sack all the way back to the 38-yard line. It's a loss of 7. Fayetteville will punt it away, a 3-and-out.
Big time play
This
for Honeycutt.
This night being owned by the defenses right now.
Maybe they heard me talking bad about them. They're like, we're going to show you, Mackey.
Landon Schaefer back deep. Snap is back. He gets the kick. Oh, it may have been partially deflected. That did not look like it came out of there clean. It was a very low kick, but it's going to work out for Fayetteville. It rolls down to the 24-yard line. So that is a 38-yard punt. I think he just mishit it. I don't think it was blocked. I think he just mishit it. But the Wolverines will have it at their own 24-yard line with now 33 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Our coverage throughout the year presented by Bob Morey Auto Body and by Foster Roofing. I don't think the experts saw this one 0-0 late in the first quarter, but here we are.
Meaning me and Derek Ruskin, is that who you're talking about? The experts?
Those so-called experts. All right. Jones comes on the field here. 1st and 10. Fake to Braden. Throw over the middle, and it's dropped. In and out of the hands of Nick Bell, and he might have still been running. Oh, my. He had a step.
And you know when the players put their hands over their ear holes, it's not because he can't hear. It's because he knows, oh, the hands let me down.
He had a step on Isaiah Taylor, the safety. And it's 2nd and 10. Jones remains in at tailback. They give it to Braden. Ooh, big time hit there. Hello, Brooks Juracek. No gain. That should bring us to the end of the first quarter.
Oh, we got a signal going out.
Now
so
signals are going. Maybe they get one more play in. It's 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. They get a play away in time. They throw it out in the flat. It's incomplete. Looking for Nick Bell. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. Well, no score. Fayetteville and Bentonville West after 12 minutes. You're watching the Wolverine Sports Network.
The all-new 2022 Wagoneer Series 3 is available now. This isn't your grandpa's Wagoneer. It fits the most passengers and gear in its class. It keeps the driver informed and the passenger entertained. It can adjust for the terrain ahead with ease. It's a chauffeur, and it's waiting for you. Shop McClarty Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bentonville today.
And I'm gonna need your customer number, account number, and ID number.
Ever get the feeling you're treated like a number instead of a person?
You know the difference between these numbers? Can't help me at all?
Some places can make you feel like a number. Your bank shouldn't be one of them.
Maria, how are you doing?
At Legacy National Bank, we believe in relationships and taking the time to get to know you and your goals. You're never a number at Legacy National Bank. Your legacy starts here.
All right, we welcome you back. We're starting the second quarter with a Wolverine punt. Josh Buxton is on to send it away, and he gets away a beauty. Fielded at the 34-yard line. And a great tackle there on special teams by Cole Edmondson. The return man was Landon Holzhauer. Great punt by Josh. 42 yards.
Needed it. That's another thing, having Buxton back, you know. He's our number one punter, too, and he's boomed some.
He's a weapon. Ball on the 44. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Lindsey, this side, completes. And not much there. That was a great play there by Harris Vincent. He forced the receiver Delamar back inside, and he ended up losing his footing there and going down. That's no gain on that play. So it's 2nd and 10 for Fayetteville. Pressure coming, Lindsey on the move, directing traffic, throws to the boundary and right along it, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get Delamar, and he tried to get the foot down, but the officials say no, and it's 3rd down.
He caught it. He was just out of bounds.
Only need 1 foot in the high school game, and just couldn't quite get it.
Thankfully.
Our view is obscured by the Bulldogs on the sideline, but the official was right there. So it's 3rd and 10. Up, Tate West jumped early. All right, so it's 3rd down and 5 for Fayetteville on its own 49. They empty it out. So 5 wideouts in the pattern for quarterback Drake Lindsey. They bring the house, and on a screen it's caught with running room for Delamar. 30, 20, 10, touchdown. Perfect call by the Fayetteville offense. 51 yards for a touchdown. Jason Delamar. They caught him in the blitz with that tunnel screen. So a 51-yarder, and Fayetteville's on the board 59 seconds into the second quarter. The extra point is into the construction site. It's good. 7-0 Bulldogs, 11:01 to go here in the first half. We'll be right back.
McClarty Daniel means making deals. Browse Northwest Arkansas's largest premium pre-owned inventory on your phone right now to find your best deal. Fuel-efficient commuters? We've got them. Low-mileage trucks? We've got them too. Need a bigger ride for your growing family? Check out our great selection of third-row SUVs. We've got all makes, the most popular models, and the largest pre-owned selection around. Find your deal now at BentonvilleBuickGMC.com.
Well, it's not as fun when we tell you that the other team scored in less than a minute, but that's what happened.
Well, they only had 20 yards of offense going into that play. And 51 more.
Herndon's back deep. So is Bell and Durham. Nathan Cashel sends it away. Fielded at the 1-yard line. This is Nick Bell. And boy, they're going to say his knee touched down at the 5. They're going to say his knee went down there at the 5-yard line. Isaiah Taylor with the tackle on special teams, and West has a long way to go here.
Kind of limits what you do in the playbook, too, when your quarterback's standing in the purple.
They'll mark it at the 6. So 94 yards away from pay dirt here for the Wolverines. They're huddled up on the sideline. The play clock is still running. Down to 10.
We're going to get a delay game.
They got to hurry to
get
get
no way
up.
they're going to get this snap off. 7, 6, 5.
3 on the play clock, 2 on the play clock.
I don't know if we got set. Yeah.
Well,
we didn't get set.
Yep, flag down. Well, that moves it to the 3.
Flag on the play. Prior to the snap, false start. Number 2 on the offense. Half the distance to the goal.
So it is 1st and 13. All the momentum's in purple right now. The Wolverines need something good to happen here.
In a hurry.
So 1st and 13. Casey from his own end zone. Throws it. Bell's got it. Bell just tripped up along the far side outside the numbers. They're going to mark him at the 9. He got 6 yards.
Got a little room to work at least.
Just barely got enough of him to force him to lose his footing there. 2nd down and 7.
3 on the play.
2nd and 7 here from the 9. Another penalty. False start on West.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 80 on the offense. Half the distance to the goal.
Both those penalties have been against receivers. Last one on Durham, now one on Brust.
And the Bulldogs don't need help. They do not need help. All right, 2nd down and 12.
4th penalty of the night.
Casey from his own end zone again. Here comes the pressure. Pass caught. Durham hit right away and thrown down by C.J. Williams. The forward progress will get him up to the 11. So he got 6. But it's 3rd down. 3rd and 5. It's manageable.
It's 3rd down and 5.
West is 3 of 6 on 3rd down tonight. They've got Herndon in at the running back spot. Casey looks it over, running out of time. The flag is down. Casey throws, and Bell can't get there. A diving attempt, but the ball was out of his reach. There's a flag back, a couple flags on the play here.
It's kind of in the holding area.
Best you can hope for is some sort of offsetting.
Pass was incomplete. Our flags on the play. Pressure on the quarterback by Isaiah Perez.
During the play, holding number 77 on the offense. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
Well, Josh Buxton will need to boom one here. The Wolverines are in the shadow of the goalpost. And now Coach Pratt's going to take a timeout. He wants to settle his team down, I think, after a couple of errors on that last drive. So time is called with 9:34 to go until halftime, and we'll be right back.
Look, we know you've heard it before. Everybody wants to buy your car. From ads online, messages, phone calls, we get it. It can be overwhelming when you have so many people constantly trying to get a hold of you for this. If you want a process that's easy and you don't have to deal with that, come see me and my team down here at McClarty Daniel. We'd love to get you taken care of and get the best market value for you and your vehicle. Come see us down here at McClarty Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bentonville.
Josh Buxton in his own end zone to punt the football. And another flag. Now, this time Fayetteville may have moved. The Wolverines are making noise on the far side. That would be a first down. And they're marching it off. It's on Fayetteville. And it's a first down. Wow.
Offside against the defense. The penalty is 5 yards and will be a first down.
Hey, talk about a good use of a timeout, because I'll trade a timeout for a first down right there all day.
Absolutely. The drive continues here. The West has to quickly get the punt unit off. And now the offense is coming right back on the field. You talk about a quick change. That's a very quick change. 1st and 10 Wolverines at the 16-yard line. They get the full 40 here on the play clock, so that helps. At least they've given them the full 40. 7-0, the Bulldogs lead it on a 51-yard touchdown pass to Delamar from Lindsay. Jay Herndon in at running back. 2 receivers. Near side, handoff, Herndon. Missed tackle there, and Herndon is finally dropped around the 24. He's stopped on the play by Landon Jones. That is a pickup of 8.
He's the third back in. Morgan has not been in a while, I don't think, has he? So I wonder if he tweaks something. Braden Jones been at running back, and now number 27, Herndon, the third back, carrying the ball tonight.
Yep. They're working on Morgan on the sideline. He's still over there. Second down and short. Casey. Oh, nobody saw him coming. It's a sack. Another sack, this one for Landon Jones. He makes back-to-back plays.
They ran a corner blitz. Herndon picked up the blitz up the middle, and nobody was coming off Jake's blind side. Nobody picked him up.
Loss of 7. Check that. A loss of 11.
Third sack of the night for Fayetteville, I believe.
So it's 3rd and 11 here for the Wolverines. 4 receivers on the near side. The lone man on the far side is Jackson Brust. They swing it out. Durham is looking to throw now. From his own end zone on the move, Durham turns it upfield. And Durham makes positive yardage out to about the 20. It was not open downfield. Fayetteville's secondary deserves a lot of credit. They have not been letting the Wolverines get very open tonight.
So what do you get?
4th down.
How many you get on that?
He got 5.
5.
And now Buxton's on to punt again. Well, it's 4th and 6. So this time if Fayetteville flinches, it'll be 4th and 1. Holzhauer's back deep to return the punt. Good pass. Kick away by Buxton. Fielded at the, and muffed at the 37. Holzhauer goes back to the 30 to pick it up. and he will not get away from the pursuit at the 29-yard line. It was Jay Herndon hanging on for dear life, and he's able to keep Holzhauer down. So he lost about 8 on that muff, and the Bulldogs will take over at the 30-yard line.
So does he get a 50-yard punt on that? Does he get the muff yardage, or does he get 48-yard punt or 42-yard punt?
You have the best questions, and I don't know. Give him the 50. Why not?
That's exactly what I did.
Hometown scorer.
That's right. Heck yeah.
All right, Fayetteville's got it on the 30-yard line. How will that hidden 8 yards lost there be a factor? Lindsey loads up, got a man wide open, and that is a room service touchdown for Kalen Morris. 70 yards.
Obviously some miscommunication in the defensive secondary. So the 2 big plays for Fayetteville are the difference in the ball game. 51-yard touchdown and now a 70-yard touchdown.
The extra point is good, and it is 14-0. Fayetteville leads it. 70-yard touchdown reception. 14-0 Fayetteville. We'll be right back on the Wolverine Sports Network.
My house, I'm a fireman.
Owning a home means there is a time and place for everything. If you need money for your next home loan, let Rock Mortgage help you get into your new home fast.
Hit the trails in the truck that's ready for anything. The Nissan Frontier is a midsize pickup that packs best-in-class horsepower, a can-do heavy frame, innovative tech, and more, all in one. Plus, it looks good, too. Find your Frontier at McClarty Daniel Nissan in Bentonville today.
Well, that was a very quick drive.
So the defense was the show in the first quarter, and so far the Purple Dog offense is the show here in the second. 2 plays, 2 big plays, 2 big scores.
Here's the kickoff. It's short, and it's fielded at the 3-yard line by Nick Bell. Coming to the sideline, and Bell is out of bounds near the 30. All right, Wolverine ball.
It's not a must-have score right here, but I think it would make a big difference if we can put some points on the board here.
Wolverine football is brought to you in part by Knockouts, by 6-Star Pro Nutrition, and by Rock Mortgage. Derek Ruskin, along with John Mackey, our Wolverine Sports Network crew in Fayetteville tonight. And the Bulldogs have a 14-0 lead.
Let's see if we can get the run game going here. Herndon in the backfield for the Wolverines. We've had success running the ball.
Starting on the 29. Handoff Herndon. Sheds one tackler, and it's taken down at around the 36 by Bo Nolan. They'll mark it at the 37. It's an 8-yard gain. And
somebody shaking up.
Well, they stopped play. I don't see a flag.
Resetting the play clock, maybe. I don't know.
Not sure why. All right, second down.
They don't tell us anything.
And
so
2.
We'd have to guess a lot.
2nd and 2. Jake Casey protected by Braden Jones. Throws far sideline, just out of the reach of Jackson Brust. It's incomplete.
Fayetteville's only rushing 3 or 4 and getting Jake out of the pocket.
Well, we got another third down. West is 3 out of 7 on third down. This is a 3rd and 2. Jones, the tailback. Oh, movement up front.
Again.
Not sure if the noise is a factor. I mean,
maybe.
But I mean, West plays music on third down also. Well, I guess on defense they do. Here's the call.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 77 on the offense. 5 yards. Still third down.
Well, it's 3rd down and 7 now for Wes. The officials are now talking on the sideline to Coach Dick. I wonder if they're talking about
them playing
music and noise, and I don't know.
Like the amplified music.
Yeah.
He's talking to his AD, I believe, on the sideline.
Well, we'll see what if that has changed here. It's quiet right now, but it's 3rd down and 7. Now the flag is down, and that's it. That
what
must
it
be
is.
It.
Yep.
So they're not going to let them play.
It's 3rd down and 7.
3rd and 7. No, they're not playing the music this time.
That's not him.
On the move, pass underneath, caught by Durham. And Durham is stopped around the 30. Well short of the first down. Taylor was in on the stop. It's 4th down. Yeah, the Wolverine coaches were upset, but nobody that runs a video board is on this floor of the press box. Holzhauer's back deep. He muffed the last one. Buxton is back to punt it. And it's blocked. Blocked and scooped up. Brooks Young scoops it up. And Fayetteville's going to have it with a very short field. Now there's a Bulldog down around the 40-yard line. Bo Nolan blocked the punt. And Fayetteville's got a very short field here after a blocked punt. Now I think the athletic director is getting further explanation from the head referee as to what is going on with the music.
So after they figure that out, Fayetteville's going to have 1st and 10 from the West 25-yard line with a two touchdown lead here with 5 minutes and change remaining in the first half. So our defense, they need to step up here.
Wolverine football presented by Bob Morey Auto Body and by Foster Roofing. Setzer's the running back. And Setzer gets the call. Stopped by Tate West. Gain of about 3. Good tackle by Tate. We talked about him on the coaches show. He's been a quality player. 2nd down and 7. Wolverines would love a turnover. Setzer's the running back. Lindsey throwing it to the corner of the end zone, and nobody's there. Intended for Kalen Morris. And the Fayetteville fans were making noise because the West band was playing during that play. But
well, I think it's okay for the band to play, but not the loudspeaker.
I've been going to high school football games for 30 years, and the band always plays in the middle of the game, so that is fine. Recorded music, not tonight. 3rd down and 7 for the Purple Dogs. It's a big play.
Now we got a timeout for Fayetteville, maybe. 2 seconds on the play clock.
Play has been stopped. Are they going to have the West Band shut it down?
I think so.
They are.
He's talking to the side judge over there on the west sideline.
The night the music died in Fayetteville.
Add that one to the T-shirt, Derek.
That's right.
Interesting.
To say the least. 3rd and 7.
So number 12, Landon Schaefer in at quarterback for the
Over
Bulldogs.
to Lindsey.
Double pass.
Back to Schaefer with blockers. He's got a convoy. Breaks away from West. And Schaefer takes it in for a touchdown. The trick play and a 22-yard touchdown to Schaefer. .22 yards, and Fayetteville keeps on keeping on.
So can I ask, is that a 22-yard reception for Schaefer on the second pass?
Yeah, because the first one had to be backwards.
Lateral, that's right. Yep.
Extra point is through the uprights, and it's 21-0 with 4:48 to go here until halftime. We'll be right back.
Absolute Janitorial Service is a family-owned and operated commercial cleaning company serving all of Northwest Arkansas. We have a long track record for exceptional service and clear communication. We clean multiple facility types, including office buildings, medical facilities, manufacturing plants, churches, schools, and much more. Give Absolute Janitorial Service a call today for a free quote and see what an absolute difference our services can make for your business.
Since 1996, Bob Morey's Auto Body has worked hard to
All right,
provide
we're back.
you the best
21-0 here. Fayetteville leads it. We've got 4:48 to go until halftime. Wolverines need something good to happen. That's just the bottom line. First down, touchdown would be great. Try and climb back in this thing. All the momentum's with the team in purple. Here's the kickoff, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Navy Capital's kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. Bentonville West takes over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
All right, Wolverines with 4:48 to go here, first half. Starting on the 20. What has been a very interesting first half at Harmon Field. Jay Herndon's the running back. We have not seen Morgan in a while. He may still be battling the effects of that injury. And Jake Casey sacked again.
4th one tonight.
Give that one to Landon Jones again. Loss of 10.
Landon Jones and Trey Lyle on the sack.
It is 2nd and 20. And the handoff goes to Jay Herndon. Herndon hangs onto the football, brings it out to the 18-yard line. Once again, Jones makes the tackle. A pickup of 8. Third and 12 here for the Wolverines. .344 on a running clock here in the first half. Bell and Durham on the near side. Brust on the far side. Extra blocker in to help protect. Casey running out of time. And he'll go down again. That's another sack. And Casey is slow to get up. Slow to get up. He's holding his neck. So the Wolverines, this first half, this got a lot worse. Starting quarterback appears to be hurt on the third down play. It'll be fourth down. Another 3 and out. So Buxton at the goal line to punt the football. This one's away clean. A very high kick. And it's Holzhauer, and Grigg will touch it at the 42-yard line. Holzhauer let it hit.
44-yard punt.
Got it. Wolverine football brought to you in part by Absolute Janitorial Services, First National Bank of NWA, and by Sam's Club.
Well, down 3 scores here in the first half. We definitely don't want to give up a big play here.
The last 3 Fayetteville drives, they've scored in under a minute. Oh, what a hit by Harris Vinson. My goodness. He just lit up J.J. Harjo. Maybe that'll light up the Wolverines sideline. No gain on the play. Second and 10. And a handoff. Harjo following a blocker. Gets 3 to the 46-yard line. He had Desmond Peterson paving the way for him there, and that's a pickup of 2. I think that first down play may be replayed in the film room this week a few times. Well, here's the odd stat of the day.
Okay, I'm listening.
Fayetteville's 0 for 4 on third down. It's 3rd and 8. Lindsey, 4-man rush, loops the pass. Setzer's got it.
Holding.
Setzer sheds some tackles and takes it inside the West 45 for a first down. Setzer gains 11, and the Bulldogs convert their first down and put the kibosh on the Wolverine defense. That one's on me. Fayetteville has all 3 timeouts here at the Wolverine 44. 4 receivers on the far side. Lindsey, empty set. 3-man rush.
Oh, 2's wide open.
Lindsey wide open, far side, caught. And another Bulldog touchdown.
Total bust on the outside.
44 yards. That is Locke McKinney with the touchdown. And that's 4.5 for Drake Lindsey.
Putting up some numbers. 211 yards passing.
The extra point is through the uprights, and it's 28-0. Fayetteville making a statement here. We'll be right back on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Since 1996, Bob Morey's Auto Body has worked hard at providing you the best all-around automotive collision repair. It is a pleasure getting to serve you Northwest Arkansas. With 14 service bays, we can handle large and small repairs along with auto glass replacement.
Teachers and all service providers, if you are buying or selling real estate, IMA NWA Hero is for you. Together with Don Richardson with Fathom Realty and Lisa Sumi with Nexa Mortgage and Title Tech Bentonville, you will receive first-hand rebates that will save you thousands, whether buying or selling real estate, using the Homes for Heroes. Go to imanwahero.com. No gimmicks, no fees, no red tape, only savings. Thank you for doing what you do so we can do what we do.
All right, here's the kickoff by Fayetteville.
Teachers and all service providers.
And Durham fields it from the 2. Tries to find some room. He's out over the 20. Tackle on the play by Garrett Lindley. All right, West has 55 seconds and 1 timeout here. 76 yards away.
West takes over 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line.
It's just been a avalanche for Fayetteville in this first half.
First half.
28 points in the quarter.
You just got to go in and get some stuff fixed, and you got to wash it.
Jay Herndon still in at tailback. Casey. Down the middle. Bell with the catch. At midfield, finds some room. Nick Bell inside the 40 to the 30. Bell inside the 20, and he's wrapped up right around the 15-yard line. There's a lightning strike for the Wolverines right when they needed it. It is a 61-yard play to Nick Bell. Wow.
They only rushed 3. So they had 8 covering 5, and they didn't do it.
Now the Wolverines letting some time tick down here. Under 30 seconds. They're at the 16-yard line, threatening for the first time. Casey in trouble, throws down the middle, pass caught. Edmondson wrestled down right near the 1. He's tackled by Eli Rose at the 1-yard line. It's a 15-yard gain. First and goal for West at the 1. 19 seconds on the clock, and West has used its final timeout. Timeout, Wolverines. We'll be right back to see if they can punch it in.
Absolute Janitorial Service is a family-owned and operated commercial cleaning company serving all of Northwest Arkansas. We have a long track record for exceptional service and clear communication. We clean multiple facility types, including office buildings, medical facilities, manufacturing plants, churches, schools, and much more. Give Absolute Janitorial Service a call today for a free quote and see what an absolute difference our services can make for your business.
All right, a 60-yard pass play to Nick Bell, a 15-yard pass play to Cole Edmondson, and West has it first and goal on the 1. 19 seconds to go, and they're out of timeouts. Durham and Bell on this side.
So you have to throw the ball almost, don't you?
Handoff, Herndon straight ahead, lunging.
He got it.
And
yes.
It's a touchdown. Touchdown Wolverines, Jay Herndon. A 1-yard touchdown run. And West is on the board here with 15 seconds left in the first half.
Much needed. Big throw, couple of big throws by Jake after he's had pressure all night. Been sacked 4 times, stood in there, threw 2 great balls to Nick and to Cole, and then Jay Herndon finished it off.
Ethan Grigg now will try the extra point. On its way, and it's good. 28-7 with 15 seconds to go here in the first half. And we'll take another quick timeout on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Since 1996, Bob Morey's Auto Body has worked hard at providing you the best all-around automotive collision repair. It is a pleasure getting to serve you Northwest Arkansas. With 14 service bays, we can handle large and small repairs along with auto glass replacement.
Why do
Foster Roofing has been helping Arkansas homeowners weather every storm for over 25 years. If your roof was damaged by the recent storm, be aware that out-of-state roofing companies may try to pose as local businesses. Choose an Arkansas state licensed local company for your roof repair. Choose Foster Roofing.
A 3-play scoring drive for the Wolverines. 40 seconds off the clock. That's their second drive of under a minute to score a touchdown this season. And it's 28-7. And that feels a lot better than having the 0 by your name at halftime.
Yeah, that gives the offense a little something to talk about. Maybe they picked up on something finally there. I think Fayetteville's probably playing prevent a little bit too there at the end of the half, so came back to bite them.
A high short kick fielded at the 16-yard line. And right out to the 26-yard line. So 10 on the return by Latch McKinney. Fayetteville's got 8 seconds here.
Well, might as well throw it deep. They've had some success.
I hear you, but it's been so. If you're Casey Dick, it's been such a big quarter You don't
be
want
risky.
it. You don't want a mistake to be the last play here.
Like a sack and a fumble and a scoop and score to cut it to 2.
The way this night's gone, you never know. 1st and 10 on the 26. And they'll just hand it off to Setzer. He's brought down. West trips him up. Jones puts him on the carpet, and that will be all for the first half of play. Well, no scoring in the first quarter. All of it, 35 points in the second quarter. And Fayetteville has a 28-7 lead at halftime over the West Wolverines. 28 points in the half for the Bulldogs, or in the quarter for the Bulldogs. And West gets a touchdown late in the half to get on the board and maybe a little momentum going into the locker room here at halftime. 28-7 at halftime, and we'll take a break. We'll come back with our halftime show right after these words.
Why do people do business with First Western? Because First Western builds relationships with their customers. They work to help you with your financial goals over all seasons of life. They are prompt and responsive. Plus, they offer banking, mortgage, insurance, and investment services. For a high level of service and financial partner who will listen and respond, try First Western. Online at firstwestern.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance investment products are not FDIC insured.
You don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul, 'cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles. All these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold.
In this part of the country, it's a way of life. You're going about your day without a cloud in the sky. Then suddenly, you find yourself wondering how solid your home really is. With nearly 25 years of certified experience, let our team give you the same assurance on a stormy night that you feel on a clear afternoon. Before the downpour, before the leaks, call Foster Roofing, serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley since 1994.
Foster Roofing has been helping Arkansas homeowners weather every storm for over 25 years. If your roof was damaged by the recent storm, be aware that out-of-state roofing companies may try to pose as local businesses. Choose an Arkansas state licensed local company for your roof repair. Choose Foster Roofing.
At McClarty Daniel Buick GMC, we work on all makes and models. We are constantly checking the market and making sure that our prices are competitive. We have factory trained technicians, OEM parts for your vehicle. We have the equipment and tools specifically designed to work on your vehicle. Typically our schedule is same day or next day in some cases. Those professionals get work done timely and get you back on the road. You can schedule your service today at BentonvilleBuickGMC.com.
Teachers and all service providers, if you are buying or selling real estate, IMA NWA Hero is for you. Together with Don Richardson with Fathom Realty and Lisa Sumi with Nexa Mortgage and Title Tech Bentonville, you will receive first-hand rebates that will save you thousands, whether buying or selling real estate, using the Homes for Heroes. Go to imanwahero.com. No gimmicks, no fees, no red tape, only savings. Thank you for doing what you do so we can do what we do.
Okay, I have my checking account number, my passcode numbers, my social security.
Let's just start with your name. Jim, right?
Feeling like you're just a number? Come to Legacy. We take the time to get to know you and your financial goals, and we'll never treat you like a number.
But if you were a number, you'd be number one.
Who are you talking to?
Legacy National Bank. Your legacy starts here. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The all-new 2022 Wagoneer Series 3 is available now. This isn't your grandpa's Wagoneer. It fits the most passengers and gear in its class. It keeps the driver informed and the passenger entertained. It can adjust for the terrain ahead with ease. It's a chauffeur, and it's waiting for you. Shop McClarty Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bentonville today.
And I'm gonna need your customer number, account number, and ID number.
Ever get the feeling you're treated like a number instead of a person?
You know the difference between these numbers? Can't help me at all?
Some places can make you feel like a number. Your bank shouldn't be one of them.
Maria, how are you doing?
At Legacy National Bank, we believe in relationships and taking the time to get to know you and your goals. You're never a number at Legacy National Bank. Your legacy starts here.
Looking to sell your car, truck, SUV, motorcycle, or even RV? McClarty Daniel wants to buy your car. No trade-in or purchase required. It's as easy as 1, schedule an appointment at one of our 6 locations, 2, visit the dealership for a 15-minute appraisal, and 3, get paid. Visit McClartyDaniel.com to make today your payday.
At Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale, we understand that life is too short to spend hours in an ER waiting room. And we know that in an emergency, minutes really do matter. So our entire team is committed to working diligently to have you initially seen by a clinical professional in 30 minutes or less, because we think you should spend less time waiting and more time feeling better. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge, only at Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale.
Hello, I'm Jason Ho, General Manager, McClarty
Welcome
Daniel
back
Ford
here
Lincoln,
to
Bentonville.
Harmon Field, 28-7, the Bulldogs lead the Wolverines at halftime. A unique half. No points in the first quarter. We'll go through the scoring summary. No points in the first quarter. We get to the second quarter, and that's when things started picking up. The Bulldogs had a 3-play, 64-yard scoring drive, a 51-yard touchdown to Delamar to make it 7-0. Next time they touched the ball, it was a 1-play drive. Kalen Morris, a 70-yard touchdown pass, and it's reception on the pass from Drake Lindsay. 14-0 Bulldogs. Then a 22-yard touchdown, another scoring drive under a minute for the Purple Dogs. A trick play with a double pass, and Schaefer gets the reception. 22-yard touchdown, 21-0 there. Then, as we tick down in the second quarter, a 44-yard touchdown reception for Lax McKinney. Make it 28-0. The Wolverines would get on the board in the final minute. A big 60-yard pass play to Nick Bell. A 15-yard pass play to Edmondson to the 1-yard line. And on the next play after a timeout, Jay Herndon plunges into the end zone for a 1-yard rushing touchdown, and that's where we are right now at 28-7 and at the half. So the Wolverines have a little, hopefully, some good vibes on their side as they get into that locker room, getting those points and avoiding the shutout in that just onslaught of the second quarter. I don't know if we've seen anything like that in quite some time. But it is a 28-7 game right now with Fayetteville leading it here at the half. Their band is about to perform here for the home crowd at Harmon Field. And we're going to take another break, and we'll come back and check some of the numbers from the first half after this on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Look, we know you've heard it before. Everybody wants to buy your car. From ads online, messages, phone calls, we get it. It can be overwhelming when you have so many people constantly trying to get a hold of you for this. If you want a process that's easy and you don't have to deal with that, come see me and my team down here at McClarty Daniel. We'd love to get you taken care of and get the best market value for you and your vehicle. Come see us down here at McClarty Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bentonville.
My house, I'm a fireman.
Owning a home means there is a time and place for everything. If you need money for your next home loan, let Rock Mortgage help you get into your new home fast.
Hit the trails in the truck that's ready for anything. The Nissan Frontier is a midsize pickup that packs best-in-class horsepower. Hit the trails in the truck that's ready for anything. The Nissan Frontier is a midsize pickup that packs best-in-class horsepower, a can-do heavy frame, innovative tech, and more, all in one. Plus, it looks good too. Find your Frontier at McClarty Daniel Nissan in Bentonville today.
At our house is tea time.
Owning a home means there is a time and place for everything. If you need money for your next home loan, let Rock Mortgage help you get into your new home fast.
Absolute Janitorial Service is a family-owned and operated commercial cleaning company serving all of Northwest Arkansas. Absolute Janitorial Service is a family-owned and operated commercial cleaning company serving all of Northwest Arkansas. We have a long track record for exceptional service and clear communication. We clean multiple facility types, including office buildings, medical facilities, manufacturing plants, churches, schools, and much more. Give Absolute Janitorial Service a call today for a free quote and see what an absolute difference our services can make for your business.
Teachers and all service providers, if you are buying or selling real estate, IMA NWA Hero is for you. Together with Don Richardson with Fathom Realty and Lisa Sumi with Nexa Mortgage and Title Tech Bentonville, you will receive first-hand rebates that will save you thousands, whether buying or selling real estate, using the Homes for Heroes. Go to imanwahero.com. No gimmicks, no fees, no red tape, only savings. Thank you for doing what you do so we can do what we do.
Back in Fayetteville, 28-7. The Bulldogs leading the Wolverines at halftime. And Coach Mackey has been tabulating the numbers here in the first half.
Well, let's start first for the guys putting all the points on the board. They got 28 of them, the Purple Dogs, on 7 carries for 23 yards. They're not doing much in the running game. We're doing all their damage is a deep ball. They've got 7 receptions for 211 yards. That's a 30-yard per catch average, Derek. You don't see that very often, but you're going to win a lot of football games when you can throw for 200 yards and 30 yards and average in big plays. They had a big 70-yard touchdown to Morris, and then the 44-yard touchdown to McKinney. So, and then their leading receivers, 3 catches, Delamar for 64 yards. For West tonight, Carson Morgan started out good. He had 8 carries and 43 yards for 5.4 yards per carry, but he is hurt, and he's been getting worked at. Our trainer, Ainsley, was working on him and trying to get him back in the game, and we did not see him the rest of the first half. Braden Jones got a carry. Jay Herndon came in and got 4 carries for 25 yards for a 6-yard average. He got the 1-yard touchdown plunge there at the end of the first half. And then Ty Durham's had a couple of carries for 13 yards. And then, of course, the big negative rushing yards is the 40 yards and sacks. Jake's been sacked 5 times, I think, but been forced out of the pocket a couple more times. So he did have a couple of good runs. He had that one where he juked the guy twice. But, he's at net a negative 40 after the 5 sacks. Throwing the football, he has completed 10 passes. So when he's had time to throw, he's been able to complete some passes. Ty Durham's had 4 catches, but no yards, really. He's had some negative yards and a few positive yards, but it's pretty much been a wash going to him. And Nick Bell with 3 catches and 84 yards, and he had the big catch and run for 61 yards after we got the ball back there with just under a minute left in the first half. And then the big throw to Cole Emerson. That was his first catch of the night for 15 yards to get us down to the goal line. Rust only has 1 catch for 9 yards, so we got to do something. We got to find number 80, figure out a way to get him the football here in the second half, and see if we can get Ty Durham loose deep. But right now, it's the big plays. You take away those 2 big plays, and it's a ball game. But we've totally had busted coverage on 3 different plays where there's a purple dog receiver with 15 yards around him of open space. So we got to get that fixed and cleaned up in the halftime.
And then West had a chunk play of its own on that 60-yarder to Nick Bell. And maybe, like you said, maybe they found a matchup or something. We'll see how it plays out here, obviously, in the second half. But
I can bet this. I bet Fayetteville doesn't only rush 3 anymore.
Yeah.
That's what let Jake have some time to find Nick there with that deep crosser over the middle. So we'll see, because they've had pressure all night. They've been bringing 5 a lot of times and getting there.
There's been a lot of bringing the plays in manually by Jake Casey and Coach Pratt. This is a program that, everything they do is built on fast. I just have to wonder if that just little
slows
thing
them down.
is just kind of just making everything just a little bit off. We saw a couple of passes where Nick Bell was just a little bit off from catching a couple of balls there in that first half. It may be nothing, but it's just it's something that's out of the ordinary, and people in sports are creatures of habit and like the routine, and that's something that's different.
Especially guys that play this sport.
That's absolutely right, yeah.
It's all about routine.
Well, it's a 3-score game, and if you want to look on the upside, West could score some points, and 3 scores is definitely something that could be done, but got to figure out, as you said, some of the missed assignments in that defense.
So one thing we haven't talked about, and we do need to talk about, I think, is the penalties. We got to get that cleaned up. We've had 6 penalties for, only 27 yards, and they have been huge penalties, but they've been just at the wrong time, the wrong timely penalties, and that have hurt us a few times. So I'm sure Coach Pratt will get the Wolverines refreshed and put that first half behind us and get ready to go here to start the second half.
It is 28-7. Fayetteville leads it at halftime. We'll take a timeout, and we'll have more coming up here on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Why do people do business with First Western? Because First Western builds relationships with their customers. They work to help you with your financial goals over all seasons of life. They are prompt and responsive. Plus, they offer banking, mortgage, insurance, and investment services. For a high level of service and financial partner who will listen and respond, try First Western. Online at firstwestern.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance investment products are not FDIC insured.
Since 1996, Bob Morey's Auto Body has worked hard at providing you the best all-around automotive collision repair. It is a pleasure getting to serve you Northwest Arkansas. With 14 service bays, you can handle large and small repairs along with auto glass replacement.
In this part of the country, it's a way of life. You're going about your day without a cloud in the sky. Then suddenly, you find yourself wondering how solid your home really is. With nearly 25 years of certified experience, let our team give you the same assurance on a stormy night that you feel on a clear afternoon. Before the downpour, before the leaks, call Foster Roofing. serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley since 1994.
Foster Roofing has been helping Arkansas homeowners weather every storm for over 25 years. If your roof was damaged by the recent storm, be aware that out-of-state roofing companies may try to pose as local businesses. Choose an Arkansas state-licensed local company for your roof repair. Choose Foster Roofing.
McClarty Daniel means making deals. Browse Northwest Arkansas's largest premium pre-owned inventory on your phone right now to find your best deal. Fuel-efficient commuters? We've got them. Low-mileage trucks? We've got them too. Need a bigger ride for your growing family? Check out our great selection of third-row SUVs. We've got all makes, the most popular models, and the largest pre-owned selection around. Find your deal now at BentonvilleBuickGMC.com.
Welcome back here to Harmon Field in Fayetteville, where the Wolverines will have to orchestrate a comeback tonight, down 3 scores.
Do you want me to pour some salt in the wound?
Please, why not?
Fayetteville gets the opening kickoff here to start the second half.
Yep, thank you.
Sorry about that.
Wolverine football is presented by Bob Morey Auto Body and by Foster Roofing. Well, you said it a moment ago that unfortunately this is not the first time this has happened where a bad quarter has kind of soured the first half and you have to go in at halftime and kind of just erase it and start over.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting. I think, we got to hold them and score early here. It could get ugly pretty quick. I just heard the PA guy say the Bentonville Harbor halftime was 28-10.
Right. Yep.
Bentonville leading Harbor 28-10 at halftime. Did you already say that?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
No.
See if I can find those other ones. I couldn't hear the rest of them because the band started playing. So when the band's not playing, they can get the snap off. When the overhead, the amplified music over the speakers not playing, there's less penalties. So, and we can hear when there's no music, but it's not football without music.
Springdale is in front of Heritage 20-14 at halftime, and Rogers is up 35-0 on Southside at halftime. So there's an update around the 7A West tonight. West will be back home, finally back home, taking on the Springdale Bulldogs next Friday night.
Pretty good student section area. It's Cowboys versus Aliens. We do have Homecoming Spirit Week next week. We're starting off with Men in Black on Monday for our theme. So
do you dress up for this?
I do sometimes. It depends on what I have in my closet. Like the surfer and Hawaiian stuff, I'm all about because it's shorts and Hawaiian T-shirt, and every 50-year-old middle-aged man has a Hawaiian shirt, right?
Right.
I just
and
wish
you're
I
never going to turn down an opportunity to wear it to work.
Ding, ding, ding. and I just wish I had my jams from the 80s because I had the matching, like board shorts.
Yeah.
With the matching Hawaiian shirt, like button-down Hawaiian. It was, they called them jams, the shorts back then, and it was super impressive. I had 3 different sets of that in the 80s. So if, my wife throws away everything. She's not much of, what's the word, I'm not a hoarder, but I'm sentimental, I guess, and my wife's a minimalist would be the way to put it. So those jams didn't have a chance had I hung on to them, anyway. But if they come back, I'm definitely buying some. Do you remember the OP? You're too young for the OP shirts probably, too. The Ocean Pacific T-shirts. Or the,
I think I remember something like that.
What was the Suntan Lotion T-shirts? Those were the Panama Jack. You remember Panama Jack hats and T-shirts? Yeah. So I'd be all about some of those coming back. So, homecoming, we're going to have a parade on Friday. Around, leaves west, goes up north on Gamble Road. Around Centerton Gamble Elementary, and then we come back around and loop around the school. So it's not a long parade route, but the homecoming court will be presented on that parade route. And I will say that this year, there's one near and dear to my heart. My own daughter Mallory was voted for the homecoming court. So that's going to be a fun week for us. And speaking of, next Friday, all the pregame stuff will be you, Derek, because I will be on the field. And all the problems and stuff that happens pregame, it's just up to you and the guys to make sure it happens. So I'm going to turn that over to you until kickoff Friday night.
We'll get it on the air somehow.
That's like we always do.
That's right.
And I do apologize. Those of you in the first quarter, we were having some glitches. We had a good hot feed, and I don't know what happened, but it happens with technology sometimes. And so hopefully you stuck with us, and because I think the Wolverines here are going to do something here to get us back in the game in this third quarter.
Well, that's what everybody here is hoping for.
Well, not everybody here.
Well, everybody in this room, anyway.
Yeah, everybody in this room.
In the room to our left, the coaches. Wolverine kickoff unit coming on the field. Ethan Grigg going to tee it up at the 40-yard line.
So we got some amplified music going on. Let's see if they turn it off when the white hat, Mr. Referee, blows his whistle. The music's still going.
I guess it doesn't matter on kickoffs.
They turn it off at this kickoff. That's how it should be. And that's in the end zone. That's going to be automatic touchback.
Fayetteville will start on the 20-yard line. Wolverine football brought to you in part by Legacy Bank, IMA NWA Hero, and by Northwest Health System.
Oh, I can't even look at my phone sometimes. It's not good. Makes me laugh.
The texts are we're getting texts here. Both of us.
That's kind of what you hope for in your afternoon, right? In your afternoon,
we
you're
want
hoping
text on the show. Yes.
Yes, but sometimes it's like a little distracting for me.
First down run, Setzer. And Ethan Grigg able to help force him out of bounds. A short gain there for Setzer.
And I hope you say a lot of that when Fayetteville has the ball.
He only got one.
Short gain. We need a lot of those short gains.
Only got one. 2nd and 9 here for the Purple Dogs. And Drake Lindsay being chased, throws it complete. Out to the 26-yard line. Josh Buxton making the tackle. Kalen Morris with the reception that time. He gains 5.
Short gain.
And Fayetteville is 1 of 5 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 4. Lindsay loads up and fires to the sideline. That's caught. First down yardage out to about the 38-yard line for Delamar. Delamar gains 11. Jones forces him out. Bulldogs with a first down. And Drake Lindsay has completed his last 8 passes.
He's had himself a night.
4 touchdowns passes in the second quarter for Drake Lindsay.
As the offensive coordinator, you just feel like every time he throws the ball, it's going to be complete, and it has been.
A pop pass there. There's number 9. Trying to get to the sideline here. And that's McKinney, who takes it into Wolverine territory to the 47-yard line. Grigg forces him out. A first down.
Spotted at the Wolverine 47-yard line. So that's a 16-yard gain.
That's 9 in a row. Completed for Drake Lindsay. And here's a handoff. And boy, Setzer lost his lid in that collision right there. Lost his lid.
He's going to come out.
The clerk was in there, so was Jones. It's a loss of 1. Second and 11. So they've got Harjo in the game, replacing Setzer. Twin receivers to either side of the formation. Play fake, Lindsey. Down the middle, that's caught. McKinney wrestled down at the 34-yard line by Grigg. And that's a 14-yard gain and another Fayetteville first down.
Who was that on the tackle? Or there's a penalty marker down. Is that Stroud, 19? Okay, his number was bunched up. I thought it was 14 for a second.
West is calling timeout here with 9:58 to go in the third quarter. 28-7, Bulldogs marching. We'll be right back.
Okay, I have my checking account number, my passcode numbers, my social security.
Let's just start with your name. Jim, right?
Feeling like you're just a number? Come to Legacy. We take the time to get to know you and your financial goals, and we'll never treat you like a number.
But if you were a number, you'd be number one.
Who are you talking to?
Legacy National Bank. Your legacy starts here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, we're back here in Fayetteville. Bulldogs driving. They're at the West 34-yard line. Early stages of the third quarter. Wolverine football presented by Bob Morey Auto Body and by Foster Roofing.
So number 89, William Anderson out there at outside linebacker. Have not seen him much on defense so far this season.
From the 34, Lindsey. Protected well, down the middle, incomplete. A breakup there by Josh Buxton, intended for Delamar.
Great job by Buxton. Welcome back, number 9.
And that ends the streak of 10 consecutive completed passes for Drake Lindsey.
Needed that in a big way.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs on the 34. Lindsey fires in the flat. That pass is caught. And Grigg able to bring him down around the 21-yard line. Kalen Morris with the reception. That is a gain of 14. Another first down. At the 20-yard line on the near hash. In motion out Setzer. Lindsey will run. And he's thrown down by Tate West at the 17-yard line. That was Schaefer that came in. Now a flag is down on the far sideline.
Probably going to go offsetting.
May have had a couple men in motion here for Fayetteville.
Okay, I thought there was two guys going at it down there. Okay, there we go.
So that'll make it 1st and 15. How many penalties has Fayetteville had tonight? Not very many.
First one of this half and 2 in the first half. So two penalties only. They're both 5-yard penalties.
Lindsey back in there at quarterback. In trouble. In a lot of trouble. Rolling to the right. And he's stopped. That'll be a sack. Back at the 30-yard line.
Braden Jones.
Braden Jones brings him down, but several providing the pressure there to force him out of the pocket. Grant Overman was one of them. They lose 4. Well, this is what you want to see if you're the Wolverines. Fayetteville going the wrong way. It's 2nd and 19. Movement early. Flags are down.
So back to back bad plays for Fayetteville. If this is a penalty on them, penalty and a sack and a third penalty would be huge right here.
Getting the call here
Prior to the snap. False start. Number 2 on the offense. 5 yards. Repeat second down.
Well, they've been doing it all night. Well, it is now 2nd and Greenland here for Fayetteville.
Speaking of Greenland, Coach Larkin, a good friend of mine, the football coach at Greenland. Hope the Pirates are doing well tonight.
2nd and 24. And Lindsey in trouble, stands in there, fires to the sideline, and that's caught. McKinney shoved out of bounds by Vinson at the 10-yard line, so a pickup of 24.
It was a great ball by Lindsey.
1st and goal for Fayetteville at the 10.
Their 5th first down of this half on this drive. So no big plays, just a methodical drive for the Bulldogs.
Handoff, Setzer. He's got some room. Setzer, touchdown. So Setzer with the first rushing touchdown of the night for the Bulldogs. It's a 10-yard run, and they're back up by 28. So here is the extra point by Cashel. It is good. 35-7. Fayetteville leads it, and we'll be right back. An 11-play, 80-yard drive for Fayetteville, and they're up by 4 scores again. You mentioned Lee Larkin. I have a Lee Larkin story.
Okay, let's hear it.
In 1997, I do my first play-by-play run for Harding Academy basketball. Big conference rival, particularly in girls, was the Des Arc Eagles, and the head coach of the Des Arc Lady Eagles was Lee Larkin.
Okay. I did not know that. I knew he was from Des Arc. I didn't know their mascot.
From the 3-yard line, here's Ty Durham trying to make something happen. Gets to the sideline and is thrown out at about the 27.
All right, well, we can't miss, I don't think, on any drives here. I think you pretty much got to score every time.
Got to score the rest of the way. You're right. This drive will start at the 27 officially. Wolverine football brought to you in part by McClarty Daniel, by Roush Coleman Homes, and by the Bentonville Athletic Booster Club. Carson Morgan back in the game. Good sign. We saw him run it well in the first quarter. Then he was on the sideline for a while being worked on. Now he's back in the game. Tough kid. Throw to Brust here, and it's incomplete. He had coverage there from Connor Shelby.
Ball a little low, maybe one-hopped him. Jackson usually comes up with those. Like I said, Jackson just only 1 catch for 9 yards in the first half.
Caught the game winner in the big comeback against Harbor last season in Centerton. 2nd and 10. Here is Carson Morgan on the ground. Bounces off bodies. He bounced off his own blockers. And then the Bulldogs bring him down. Not much of a gain that time. Isaiah Taylor with the stop. Bo Nolan was there defending as well.
You call it no gain.
3rd and 10 here for West. They're signaling in the plays again. Now Vincent comes in motion. And Casey buying some time. And he's going to go down. Another sack.
They're getting pressure with 4.
Now, is there a flag? There's a lot of whistles here. I don't see a flag.
Somebody got shoved.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what it was. The Wolverine sideline looks to be upset about something. I don't see a flag on the field. It looks like we're going to get an announcement, though.
See if we can hear him.
4th down and 13. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, bench violation. 15 yards from the end of the line. First down.
Well,
automatic first.
That's a big-time play right there. The Wolverines were off the field, and then Fayetteville gets a personal foul. And now West will have it. The offense stays on the field, and they're out to the 39-yard line. First down, Wolverines.
The 3rd penalty of the half for the Bulldogs.
At the 39. Now you've got to make the Bulldogs pay right here.
Yep.
Casey, deep ball down the sideline. Durham, he's got it! Ty Durham to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. 61 yards.
Every time. Got to score every time.
And that was contested. A very difficult catch there for Ty Durham, but he's able to hang on to it. A 61-yard touchdown. Ethan Grigg now for the extra point. He puts it through the uprights. So, new score, 35-14. Fayetteville leads it. Once again, a 21-point margin. We'll be right back on the Wolverine Sports Network.
At McClarty Daniel Buick GMC, we work on all makes and models. We are constantly checking the market and making sure that our prices are competitive. We have factory trained technicians, OEM parts for your vehicle. We have the equipment and tools specifically designed to work on your vehicle. Typically our schedule is same day or next day in some cases. Those professionals get work done timely and get you back on the road. You can schedule your service today at BentonvilleBuickGMC.com.
All right, the Wolverines with a 4-play scoring drive. Oh, a minute 2.
Count it, Derek. No one will know the difference. Please, are you going to count it?
I'm writing down it was a minute 2.
Thank you. Okay. So it's an asterisk, is that what you're saying? No one's going to know.
We strive
Derek.
for accuracy here.
No, do we really though? I mean,
yes, we do.
Okay.
Here is Ethan Grigg with the kick. And this will go into the end zone.
You're right, Derek. Here we go. Touchback. Come on, 3 and out. Let's go. Keep it going.
7:02 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Chance to get good field position with a 3 and out and a punt. No turnovers in this game. Am I right?
No, nobody's
turned. I don't think so.
Only
the block punt.
Yeah, the block punt, but a turnover on downs by Fayetteville. But that's
So is the block punt, does that count as a turnover? Is that a turnover on like another question that we don't know the answer to?
It's another unanswerable. But we need like a czar to answer all these questions for us.
So we got the guy in New York. You know, everyone has the guy in New York they go to. We don't have that.
Here's Harjo on the carry, and he fights for some tough yardage for 6 yards. He moved the pile a little bit there before he is brought down. Carter Colfelt was in on the stop there for West. It's a 6-yard run. Yeah, we need our guy in New York. We can ask all these football stat questions. Here is Harjo again on the carry. Still fighting. The pile is moving. It's a rugby scrum. And look at Harjo move it out to the 36-yard line. He got 3 or 4 extra yards in the scrum. They're going to mark it at the 35, a gain of 9. First down, Fayetteville.
Number 6 for them in this half.
Purple Dogs at the 35. From the pistol. Fake by Lindsey. On the move. Throwing downfield. Incomplete through the hands of Kalen Morris.
He had a step on Bell. Just a little bit out in front of him, thankfully.
Wolverine football brought to you in part by Knockouts, 6-Star Pro Nutrition, and Rock Mortgage. 2nd and 10, Fayetteville. Now they're kind of slowing things down just a little bit. Getting the call from the sideline. Play clock to 10 right now. Wolverines show blitz, pass far sideline, caught. And that is Delamar. And a short gain there. Good defense, Thomas Wilbanks. Along with Overman. 3rd down and 8 here. 2-yard gain there. Wolverines defense trying to get off the field right here.
So it wouldn't be a 3 and out, but it'd be a 5 and out if we can get a stop here. That'd be good enough.
Big play for West.
They're sending the house.
Lindsey in trouble,
Strip
drops
sack.
the football. He drops the ball and it's recovered by the Wolverines. He is recovered by DeClerc, and West is in business at the Fayetteville 37.
That might have been number 89, William Anderson, coming on the strip sack on the blitz. I couldn't tell, but I think someone got a hand on that football. So we just talked about no turnovers other than the block punt in the game. There's a first turnover for Fayetteville tonight.
We made it happen.
And great field position.
They're on the Bulldog 37. 5:03 to go. It's the 3rd quarter. Morgan in at running back. An extra blocker, Vincent. Handoff Morgan. Down the middle to the 34. They're going to mark him at the 35. It's a pickup of 2. Second down and 8 here for the Wolverines.
I think it's time for Brust right here. Look for number 80 to get the ball here on the bottom.
He's the bottom wide man on the near side. Ball between the hashes. Casey looking that way, hesitates, throws underneath. It's caught by Durham, and Durham is dragged down around the 30-yard line by Simowitz. They're going to mark it at the 31. It's a 4-yard pickup there for Durham and a 3rd down and 4. You got to get a touchdown here. Third and 4. And Casey throws far side. Durham with the catch. Durham runs into the blockers, fighting through heavy contact, and Ty Durham's got a first down to the 23-yard line.
He earned that.
Vincent was over there blocking along with Edmondson.
They were outmanned, and Durham made it happen because he was hit behind the line.
First down Wolverines at the 23. Morgan gets the carry. Bounces off the first man. And now the Wolverines will try the scrum. And they get down to the 19. Forward progress stopped there. So that's a 4-yard run for Carson Morgan.
So New York tells us that a block punt is not a turnover. That's what New York tells us.
Thank you, New York. 2nd and 6 here for West. They look to the sideline and get their adjustment. Brust, man you called for, is at the bottom of the screen here on the numbers. Here is Casey to the end zone, in and out of the hands of Ty Durham.
Pretty good ball, just let him a little bit too much.
So that will bring up a third down. 3rd and 6.
Two down, territory down.
Absolutely.
35-14. Don't have to get a first. You can run the ball, and they did.
Morgan twisted around and taken down by Isaiah Perez at the 17-yard line. He got 2, so not enough for the first.
Isaiah Perez and Bo Nolan on the tackle.
4th down here. West 0 for 1 on 4th down tonight.
Durham, Nick Bell, check in. You got some speed on the top. Edmondson and Brust on the bottom.
They need the 13 to keep the drive going. Fourth and 4. Orbit motion by Durham. They throw it out to Durham. Now Durham throws to the end zone, and that pass is caught for a touchdown. It's caught by Nick Bell.
What a play. So he does it all. He runs, he catches, he returns, he defends, he picks off, and he throws touchdown passes. Ty Durham.
A touchdown pass for Ty Durham to Nick Bell, and this is a 15-point game. On 4th down. Wow. 17-yard reception. The extra point is good, and we got a 2-score ball game. Believe it or not, 1:54 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 35-21.
Don't go anywhere.
No, you do not want to miss the next little while of this one. We'll be right back.
And I'm going to need your customer number, account number, and ID number.
Ever get the feeling you're treated like a number instead of a person?
You know the difference between these numbers? Can't help me at all?
Some places can make you feel like a number. Your bank shouldn't be one of them.
Maria, how are you doing?
At Legacy National Bank, we believe in relationships and taking the time to get to know you and your goals. You're never a number at Legacy National Bank. Your legacy starts here.
So there's a penalty marker on the play after the touchdown, possibly.
After the extra point, there's a flag on the field. Both coaches are on the field at their respective 20-yard line. Brian Pratt's on the field, Casey Dick's on the field. And we will get an explanation on this.
Because it says 21-35 on the scoreboard here.
After the play is over, dead ball, personal foul, number 92 on the defense. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So that's on Fayetteville.
Yep.
So that'll put us in a chance to onside possibly, right? Or
they've done that before. They've done that before. So it will be a kickoff from the 45 of Fayetteville.
So, you know, sometimes you get that big lead, you kind of relax a little bit. Hey, they came down and marched down the first drive of the 3rd quarter, but maybe they weren't quiet on defense like they should have been, and now maybe they're about to harbor right here and shoot themselves in the foot, because that's the 4th penalty in the half for the Bulldogs.
All right, they're going to kick this from the Fayetteville 45. So it would have to go to the 35 before West could touch it, should it be an onside. Let's see. Yeah, I think they're going to do this. Durham's on the field, Bell's on the field, Vincent, Rust. All right, we're going onside here.
Might as well.
2-score game.
Even if they get it, they're, you know, going to be about the 35, 40-yard line. No, about the 35 probably.
Looks like they're going left. We'll see. Grigg has it teed up. From the 45, Grigg spins it. It's a high hop.
That's what you want.
Secured. Secured by, I think that was Simowitz. Yeah, Simowitz got there.
That's the kick you want, that big pop, you know.
You just need him to bobble.
Yep. Or someone hit him.
But he didn't do it. Give him credit for that.
Yes. The hands team works.
We've got 1:53 to go here in the third. And the ball is placed. Well, we don't have the ball placed. We need a ball from Fayetteville sideline to place.
See, they've lost their focus.
It's going to be the 31-yard line.
I hope. Trying to talk something into existence right here, Derek.
Well, we did it the last time. 1st and 10. Lindsey hands it off, and here is Setzer, and a great tackle there by Braden Jones once again, and the Wolverines are flying around right now.
Derek, we missed some tackles. We didn't quite wrap up in the first half, but we're doing a better job here in the second half wrapping up. So that's going to have to continue for this last quarter and change.
2nd and 10 for Fayetteville. Here is Lindsey. He pumps. Protected well. Deep ball down the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Morris. He was covered stride for stride by Ethan Grigg, and Bell was there also.
Double covered. Not sure why he went there. But it looked like there's only two guys out on the deep route, so he was going to give it a shot. And, hey, with a 2-score lead, I guess, and he, as well as he's thrown the deep ball, why not?
That is a risk, though. 3rd and 10. From the 31. Here's Lindsey. Backing up, throwing underneath. That's caught. And a great play by Wilbanks. He tackled him short of the first down at the 39. Thomas Wilbanks diving in. And he tackles the receiver, Zayah Spencer-Cole, 2 yards short.
Anderson, outside linebacker, came on the blitz. 2 more linebackers came on the blitz. Wilbanks did a great job.
They're going to punt.
Good pressure. 3 and out.
Davis Buchanan is back to punt it. Ty Durham is deep for the Wolverines.
This Fayetteville's
low snap, kick is away. Towards the sideline, Durham from the 27. Coming across the field. Edmondson lost his helmet. He's still blocking. A flag is down, and Durham is down at the 37-yard line. So a 3 and out for Fayetteville. And the Wolverines have all the momentum right now, although this penalty may back them up a little bit. We'll have to see what the call is.
It's usually going to be a block in the back or a hold, probably. Not good for us.
Flags on the play.
Here's the call.
During the run, number 30 on the kicking team lost his helmet and continued to participate without a helmet. That is a personal foul.
Okay.
15 yards, and it'll be first down.
Another personal foul penalty on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he pointed the wrong way, but the Wolverines are going to be backed up here.
Oh, it's on the Wolverine?
Yeah.
He said the kicking team, so he just said it wrong?
He meant the receiving team.
Okay.
Yeah. Cole Edmondson lost his hat, and you have to stop playing when you lose your hat. That's a rule that's been put in the last few years.
And that's probably a good rule, yeah.
So they'll start on the 19-yard line. So that is, boy, hidden yardage in a football game. That's almost 20 yards right there. But West has it down by 14.
A score here, folks, and it's interesting.
Casey hands it. No, keeps it. Casey running. Got room here on the side. And he's forced out of bounds by Shelby at the 26. That's a 7-yard run for the quarterback.
That'll help his rushing total after all the sacks in the first half.
Yeah.
And that's one thing he's been clean so far in this half.
They have secured the protection in those halftime adjustments. 2nd down and 3. Here is Casey throwing to the sideline, and Brust makes a diving catch in front of Connor Shelby at the 31-yard line. He's got a first down. Pick up a 5. 12 seconds to go here in the quarter. And we'll see if West can get one more play in before the clock runs out. From the 31. Casey. Deep ball. Brust.
Flag.
In and out of his hand. Intended for Shelby.
Oh.
And there's no penalty called there.
Looked like there's a little bit of contact early.
That brings us to the end of the third quarter. It's 35-21, Fayetteville leading it by 14. You're watching the Wolverine Sports Network.
McClarty Daniel means making deals. Browse Northwest Arkansas's largest premium pre-owned inventory on your phone right now to find your best deal. Fuel-efficient commuters? We've got them. Low-mileage trucks? We've got them too. Need a bigger ride for your growing family? Check out our great selection of third-row SUVs. We've got all makes, the most popular models, and the largest pre-owned selection around. Find your deal now at BentonvilleBuickGMC.com. Hit the trails in the truck that's ready for anything. The Nissan Frontier is a midsize pickup that packs best-in-class horsepower, a can-do heavy frame, innovative tech, and more, all in one. Plus, it looks good too. Find your Frontier at McClarty Daniel Nissan in Bentonville today.
Well, it's a 14-point game as we start the fourth quarter here at Harmon Field. Derek Ruska, John Mackey, our Wolverine Sports Network crew on hand. Coverage presented by Bob Morey Auto Body and by Foster Roofing. Wolverines have made it a game in that third quarter. They scored twice. They scored off of a fumble on one of those touchdowns, and it is 35-21. We got a 14-point game, and West has a 2nd and 10 here on its own 31. They keep the momentum going here. Morgan, the running back. Not quite ready. The official still standing over the ball.
You see why?
I do not know why.
The band's playing. There's music. We will not have music tonight,
That's right.
Derek.
That's right.
We will not snap this ball.
They're not going to play until the band stops. And the band is not stopping. Someone might want to tell them they are holding up the proceedings. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Casey over the middle. Durham with the catch with running room. Ty Durham forced out of bounds around the 30-yard line. Ty Durham, he's out at the 29. It's a 40-yard gain.
So if you turn this game off, shame on you because you were missing out on some fun football.
First down Wolverines at the Fayetteville 29. Casey's having to move Edmondson to the other side. Casey throws to the boundary. Caught. Bruss got both feet in. Only needed one. And he's down to the 23. Forced out by Shelby.
6-yard pickup. Good to see Bruss getting some action. Maybe that's opening up Durham a little bit. Durham was wide open on that play, Derek. The play before. Don't know how he got that wide open.
2nd and 4. Casey pumps. Casey's in trouble, and he goes down.
First sack of the half.
That one goes to Trey Lyle. And back to the 29 they go.
Spot at the original line of scrimmage.
So it is 3rd and 10 here for West. This game was 35-7 with 8:11 to go in the third quarter. 3rd and 10. The music's playing again.
They're going to have to take that graphic off of the, they got it paired with the music for this official if he comes back.
Casey loads up, throws, caught. Morgan, running room inside the 20, inside the 10. Morgan to the end zone. Touchdown Wolverines. There's a flag back at the 25, however. There is a flag back at the 25. We'll have to check on it.
Looks like it's in a hold or ineligible lineman downfield.
Fayetteville is indicating to their sideline it's an ineligible man downfield. Yep.
Boy, that's a tough one.
Well, backs him up 5 yards. It makes it 3rd and 15. They need the 19 for a first down. So it remains 35-21 on the scoreboard. Casey, protected well, running out of time. Casey fires to the sideline, Brust, incomplete. A contested catch over there working on Shelby, and Jackson just couldn't hold on to it. It's 4th down. Well, you got to go for this.
Yeah. Field goals don't help you here, I don't think.
Well, again, they need the 19-yard line for a first down. Coach Pratt on the field giving the call. They are making noise here at Fayetteville. 4th and 15. Casey in trouble, fires, caught, Vinson, well short of the first down. He stopped at the 25. Brooks Juracek made the play, and Fayetteville takes over. Well, Fayetteville's got it with 10:35 remaining in the 4th quarter. A momentum stopper right there by the Fayetteville defense.
Still got a chance. Just defense has to do it again for us.
Ball on the 25-yard line for Drake Lindsay in this Bulldog offense. A pop pass coming this way to McKinney. And McKinney is tackled for a loss.
That's a great job by Harris Vincent getting outside and turning back into Anderson. And Braden Jones, excuse me. So we figured out that pop pass.
So Jones with the play, the UCA commit. And it's 2nd and 11. Lindsay stays on his feet, throws complete to the 30-yard line. Josh Buxton with the tackle. Connor Krzyzanowski, the tight end, made the catch.
It's his first reception of the night, I believe.
It goes for 6, and it's 3rd and 5 here for the Bulldogs. Third and 4. They moved it to the 31 on us. Here they come. Lindsay setting up a screen. It's caught. Harjo trying to reach the ball out, but they're going to mark him short of the first down. Good pursuit by the Wolverine defense.
So we talked about the screen pass at halftime because that killed us in the first half.
We've got a Wolverine down on the Fayetteville sideline here. Helmet off. The Fayetteville trainer's right there checking on him. Cannot tell who it is.
So Buxton's up.
This will bring up a 4th down, by the way.
Wilbanks is up. I don't see who that is.
They're surrounded by Fayetteville players on their sideline. Blitz. Hold on.
Oh, it's a cramp. It's just a cramp.
Okay. Now they're
Rachel, our trainer's out there working that leg. Might be Nick Bell, possibly.
It's not Nick Bell.
Oh, it's not. Sorry.
Coach Pratt's coming over to the side to take a look.
Trying to see who's over there on our sideline. The process of elimination.
It's Tate West.
Okay.
Tate West is
I saw the 5.
down.
There's a 4 in front of it. So
Tate West is being worked out here on the Fayetteville sideline. It's going to be 4th and 1 for the Bulldogs.
They gave them 3 on a 3rd and 4. So 4th and 1 from the 34. No. And looks like Coach Dick is going to send out the punt unit, but you better not jump off sides and you better not fall for a fake right here in a 2-score game. So Coach Pratt tells his guys to go back to the huddle. Coach Dick has his special teams unit out there.
They're working on the left leg of Tate West. Hopefully it is just a cramp. That's what it looks like, but we didn't do our residency.
I shouldn't say that, yeah. You're right, Derek. And most of the time what I say is wrong, so.
And hopefully he's
but
all right.
hopefully entertaining at least, right?
Yeah,
that's why we're here.
He's still down on the Fayetteville sideline. You see the Wolverine huddle there on the other side of the field.
The score is 35-21. The Bulldogs put 28 on the board in the first half. And in the second half, West has outscored Fayetteville 14-7. And we had a chance to make it 21-7, but couldn't quite punch it in. Yeah, that's a big time cramp right there. Can't get it worked out.
Those are no fun.
No.
So Tate West will hobble to the sideline. Hopefully they can.
Defensive Player of the Week. You talked about it on the Coach's Corner show that you were not able to watch in the pregame. That will be up by tomorrow.
This is Buchanan waiting to punt as West makes his way to the sideline.
Can you say something about our special teams coach, or Derek? I mean, say something.
Well, the Wolverines have been known to block a punt or two.
Thank you.
This would be a very good time for one.
I appreciate it.
All right, ready to go. Hopefully they'll relieve the discomfort for Tate West and he can continue in this ball game. Snap back, kick away, a low kick. And it's going to work out pretty well for Fayetteville. A great hop.
Oh, my gosh.
Down to the 7.
53,
That's a 59-yard punt. A 59-yard boot for Fayetteville. And West has a long way to go.
Well, when it's going right for you, it's going right for you. So we're going to have to make our own luck here.
They've marked it at the 7. Wolverine football brought to you in part by Absolute Janitorial Services, First National Bank of NWA, and Sam's Club.
All right, let's see what 15 can do here.
First and 10 from their own 7-yard line.
Can't take a sack. He's going to be 2 yards shy of his own end zone on the snap.
Casey is in his own end zone here, in trouble. Throws over the middle. There's Durham with the catch. Ty Durham to the 30. Stays on his feet. Cuts back towards the middle.
Face mask.
A face mask on Durham there. A flag comes flying in. And Durham's forward progress is stopped at the 33-yard line. And they're going to add 15 more to that. So right now it's a 26-yard play. And they will add to that, either 5 or 15.
Sorry, Derek. I got excited.
Just happy they got the first down. It's the 15-yarder. So this is a really big play. From deep in their own territory out to the 48-yard line. So the play nets with the penalty, 41.
How about that?
And West is in business at the 48. Down by 14 with 8:48 to go. And the clock is moving. And Casey hands it to Morgan. Morgan cut down at the Fayetteville 48-yard line by Jeff Miller.
48-48, pick up a 4. We still have time. We can run the football, Derek, which is good.
Something's wrong with the play clock. It's just showing 0, and it's not moving at all.
Okay. They were having some issues with it, I heard earlier, like at the Greenwood scrimmage. So we're going to have to get that fixed.
Second down here for West at the 48. 2nd and 6. And on the RPO, Morgan gets the carry, and Morgan gets 2. 2-yard run and a 3rd down here coming up for the Wolverines.
Ethan Simowitz. Gain of 1 on the play. We're going to 3rd down
Here's the third down play. Need the 42 for a first. Casey back to pass. Dances, rolls, cuts, moves, and he's out of bounds. Not much. I think he lost a yard. So that technically is another sack. Brooks Juracek gets that one. And it brings up a fourth down.
They only rush 3, so there's not many people open. They send the fourth guy late as soon as he starts to scramble. So we have to figure out something here on fourth down.
4th and 5. Vincent in to help block. Morgan motions out. Casey lays it up far sideline. Bross. Oh, and it is in and out of his hands. Oh, he had it. He hit the turf, and the ball popped out. And Fayetteville takes over on downs. Wow. Connor Shelby was there defending.
That was a good ball. All right, can the West defense, can we ask him to do it 2 more times? Right here. Score, stop, score. They got to do it for us.
Ball on the 47-yard line for the Bulldogs,
So does
up 14.
Fayetteville run the football here? I mean, they haven't had much success, but surely they do to milk that clock.
Well, it's tricky because you don't want to go too conservative and give the ball back. That old 4-minute offense. That snap looked a little out of sorts. Instead, they hand it off. Here's Setzer, and Jones will take him down at the West 48. That's a 5-yard gain for Christian Setzer.
That's a little too much there.
2nd and 5 here for the Bulldogs. Clock at 7 minutes left in the ball game.
We don't know about the play clock because we can't see it. It doesn't work. They can run 40 seconds between plays, so they can probably get it down to about 6:40. Yep.
Setzer met right away. He surges forward for 2. Jones hit him. And here's another third down. 3rd and 3.
This is almost got to have a stop here.
I believe before this series started, Coach Dick confirmed that the play clock is being kept on the field. Empty set here. They've got 3 receivers to the near side.
Vincent's showing a blitz over here. There's 3 receivers over here. Okay, Jones comes out now. Vincent's coming off the edge.
3rd and 3.
Screen
pass caught. First down and more. Morris is loose. Breaks a tackle. Morris. Touchdown.
2 flags. 2 flags on the play. I think it's coming back.
Flags back at the 42.
I thought I saw a hold, Derek. Well, they're premature fireworks. Well. It's coming back, Derek. I'm going to tell you right now.
Well, they've been doing it all night, and now they caught him, and it's going to be 3rd down again. No touchdown. Still a 14-point game. So both teams now have had a touchdown wiped out here in this second half by penalty.
Yep, Carson Morgan and now Morris. So that was from the 46 back to the 48, 8-yard penalty. And
it's going to be 3rd and 9.
Okay.
And now Fayetteville, I believe, has called a timeout. Coach Dick is having to be walked back to the sideline by the official over here. Nope, no timeout. We play on. Pass here on the side is caught, and running room as Delamar is loose in the secondary. Brought down by Wilbanks at the 16. 36-yard gain on 3rd down.
Wilbanks saves a touchdown. That's a tough one on 3rd and 9.
First and 10 Bulldogs at the Wolverine 16. They've got Setzer in at running back. They give it to Setzer. And he's taken down at the 12, a gain of 4.
Carter Cofield and Collier DeClerc on the tackle. Gain of 4 on the play. Bring up second down and 6.
Second and 6. We're under 5 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Need a bad snap, fumble right here, something.
Look to the sideline again. We have no idea what the play clock is at. It is not working here in the stadium. It's at 10 now. Just saw the signal from the back judge. And a run for Setzer. And he's down to about the
Short.
8. Yep. Yards short. Gain of 4.
William Anderson made the tackle.
So it is third down, and we'll call it 2. All right, now they'll check with the sideline what the call will be.
Coach Dick's going to call a timeout here. He's in the pocket of the side judge, and
he's waiting for the signal. And
timeout.
Now there's the timeout. Timeout Fayetteville with 3:35 remaining. We'll be right back.
At Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale, we understand that life is too short to spend hours in an ER waiting room. And we know that in an emergency, minutes really do matter. So our entire team is committed to working diligently to have you initially seen by a clinical professional in 30 minutes or less, because we think you should spend less time waiting and more time feeling better. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge, only at Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale.
Well, we're back. We're getting all sorts of information tonight. And we just got a clarification. The band can play, per the AAA, the band can play anytime, but music must stop before the ball is snapped.
Up to the snap.
But but music can be played when everybody's lined up and they're doing, getting the adjustments and all that stuff.
Now,
but not tonight.
Speaker music too? Any kind of music. Okay. Yep. All right.
Just has to be done according to the AAA,
New York.
by the snap.
3rd and 2 from the 8. Here we go.
Fayetteville huddling for the first time. New quarterback here. It's the Wildcat with Delamar. And Delamar takes it for a first down. So that's a 3-yard gain and a 1st and goal here for Fayetteville.
Norman also went on that last stop. That's good for another Fayetteville Bulldog.
Boy, that 3rd and 9 there had a chance, and they hit the big one. Got 36 to Delamar. That was the backbreaker.
Approaching 3 minutes remaining. And a run. Setzer keeps his feet, gets to the end zone. Touchdown Fayetteville. That may be enough. 5-yard run for Setzer. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
Well, Derek, I told you it was going to be a shootout. West just didn't do their part of it in the first half, in the first quarter. We got a little late start with the offense.
Cashel for the extra point. And it's good. So it is 42-21 Fayetteville with 2:57 remaining in the ball game. We'll be right back here on the Wolverine Sports Network.
At our house is tea time.
Owning a home means there is a time and place for everything. If you need money for your next home loan, let Rock Mortgage help you get into your new home fast.
Back here in Fayetteville, there is 2:57 remaining. And Fayetteville's lead is 21 again.
Well, I will say this about the second half. We finally got a little bit of offense going, so that's good. That'll give us some momentum going into the next game for our offense. Fayetteville's explosive. They put points on the board, and they did tonight.
Springdale leading Heritage in that game right now. Kickoff from the return from the 6-yard line. Ty Durham on the run back, stays on his feet, gets over the 25, and they finally get him to the carpet at the 28-yard line.
He's a competitor.
Nice run back there by Ty Durham.
Yeah, you said Springdale's up 33-21. I'm an old Red Dog, so I like to see the Red Dogs do well. I don't like these Purple Dogs. Haven't since 1976, Derek. I don't own anything purple, and I don't own anything burnt orange, being a Red Dog and a Hog fan. So I hope none of my kids go to UCA, because I will not wear any of their Dad's Day stuff. I don't wear purple, and I will not. Or Stephen F. Austin, who else is purple? If they play for the Baltimore Ravens one day, I'm going with the all-black Ravens.
Lakers?
Stuff. Yeah, nope, no Showtime for me.
This is serious.
It's very serious for me.
Jake Casey on first down. Here's Edmondson with the catch and run.
They're going to let us throw the underneath route. There was a late flag.
Yep, he got 9. And this might be against Fayetteville.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked. Face mask.
Yep, another personal foul face mask. That's 2 on Fayetteville in this half.
Oh, did he call personal foul? I missed that part.
Yep, it's a 15-yarder again. So again, West gets aided out by the 15-yard penalty, and they're to the Fayetteville 47 with a first down. So that play nets 25. Casey protected well. On the move, throwing over the middle, caught by Edmondson inside the 20.
Get out of bounds.
Oh, he slips down.
He's out of bounds.
Yeah, he did stop the clock, yep. At the 16, so that's a 31-yard gain.
So back-to-back first downs.
Oh, there's a penalty. We're all coming back
saw
here.
Another one.
Well, bring it back. Never mind. I didn't see it, and then by the time we were looking for it, they picked it up. This is going to be a big one. It's a spot of the foul.
Ouch. Holy Toledo.
Back to their own 35.
Golly, that's a 18-yard penalty.
18 yards, yep. So it's 1st and 28.
30-yard gain. 18-yard penalty. That's a 50-yard lost yardage right there. Ouch.
Under 2 minutes remaining. Casey throws, sideline, Durham, incomplete, broken up by Deuce Cooper. There's 1:49 on the clock here in the stadium. And it is 2nd and 28. Here's Casey. Over the middle, pass caught. Jackson Brust spins away from one man, takes it down to the 39. He's 2 yards short of the first down. And, well, 3 yards short. Now they mark it at the 40.
25-yard gain.
25 yards for Jackson, and it's 3rd and 3 after his effort.
At this point, you're just playing to make it look a little bit better and to have some success for film.
Casey down the middle, in and out of the hands of Brust. 4th down.
And to work on a 2-minute drill, you know. This will help us down the road when we need it in a tight ball game.
Well, it's 4th and 3, and obviously they'll go for it. 1:11 on the clock. Casey to the sideline, caught by Brust, and he's got enough. Drive continues. He's forced out of bounds by Eli Rose at the 34. It's a gain of 6. .107 on the clock. First and 10. Durham the motion man. Casey throws wide open. Ty Durham far sideline. He's got it. And he's forced out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. So 21 to Durham.
Clock stops at 59 seconds. Remaining in the ball game.
West does have 2 timeouts, and if they score here, they're probably going onside. Edmondson's in at running back. Casey on the move, low and incomplete, looking for Brust. Heavy pressure that time from Juracek. 55 seconds to go here in the ball game. West will be back at Centerton, homecoming against Springdale next Friday night.
Our graduated director, Michael Bollinger, gave us the thumbs up. Great show tonight. So,
KC underneath. Durham with the catch. Durham with a touchdown. 13 yards for Ty Durham. So he's caught 2 and he's thrown for 1 tonight. .48 seconds remaining, and this extra point trying to make this a 14-point game again. And Grigg puts it through. We'll take a timeout with 48 seconds remaining. Wolverines going onside when we come back, down by 14.
Look, we know you've heard it before. Everybody wants to buy your car. From ads online, messages, phone calls, we get it. It can be overwhelming when you have so many people constantly trying to get a hold of you for this. If you want a process that's easy and you don't have to deal with that, come see me and my team down here at McClarty Daniel. We'd love to get you taken care of and get the best market value for you and your vehicle. Come see us down here at McClarty Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bentonville.
All right, we're back. We expect the Wolverines to try an onside kick here. They missed on the onside earlier.
We got the pop in the air, just didn't get the fumble.
Grigg has it seat up. It has to go to the 50 unless Fayetteville touches it first.
He's showing like he's kicking deep. He's not showing an onside kick.
There it is, a short spinner, muffed, picked up, and it's down by Delamar.
I don't think Coach Pratt will call a timeout here. Down 2 scores. They can run the clock out on the 3rd down. Well, this is probably going to do it.
47 seconds remaining. Ball on the 26-yard line. Well, Fayetteville is getting ready for the victory formation. No timeout from the Wolverines. That's just about going to do it.
It is going to do it because well, I don't know. We don't know if we'll see a play clock. I think it was under 40, but we'll see what he's going to do.
They'll have to snap it one more time.
It was right at the 40-second mark.
A competitive game, but that second quarter is too much for the Wolverines to overcome. They gave up 28 points in that quarter, and it was a 0-0 game to start the second quarter, but there's the final kneel down by Drake Lindsay, and that will do it. Fayetteville wins it by 14, 42-28. Over the West Wolverines. They start out 0-1 in conference play. Fayetteville will start out 1-0 in conference play. Casey Dick and Brian Pratt shake hands and hug at midfield following the game.
So, Derek, we lost to the Purple Dogs, got a chance to get the Red Dogs next Friday night. Homecoming, we will be live streaming our homecoming assembly Friday morning, so be looking for that around 9:30 or 10 or so. And then we'll start about 6:15 probably, Derek, 6:30 with our homecoming festivities next Friday night at Wolverine Stadium.
Wolverines looking for their first league win next Friday night against the Springdale Bulldogs. So for John Mackey and our entire crew.
One more thing.
Yes.
Volleyball, Monday night and Thursday night, will be streamed on the WASP network. Monday night we host Southside, and Thursday night we host the Bentonville Tigers on Thursday. So big night for the WASP crew next week. Monday, Thursday night volleyball, 6 o'clock start, and then, 7 o'clock start for varsity matches, and then homecoming will be on the air 6:15, 6:30.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Fayetteville wins it 42-28 over the Wolverines. For John Mackey and our crew, Derek Ruskin, good night from Fayetteville. You've been watching the Wolverine Sports Network, presented by Bob Morey Auto Body and by Foster Roofing.